We're live, and now we're going to be live on Twitch.
Live and direct.
Yeah, all right. I think that's it. And hopefully people can hear me because I had weird audio things today. My audio, something got messed up in OBS, and everything I was hearing on the desktop was going into the microphone. So people on a call were like, "What are you doing? Are you playing a game?" No. So, but anyway, hello everybody. Looks like chat says we're here. This is it. This is the fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. I keep wanting to call it the foundation, but it is the association. And we are technically already at 100 smackaroos. I have $5 floating off on a different event for the same thing. I don't know what happened there. So whatever.
It's all mine.
Yeah. So whatever you see on the screen, just add $5, and I will try to remember to hit the refresh button as we go. But that is what we're doing. We're going to play Clever, Cool, and Crazy, which is Glenn's creation. I have played it twice before at this point, I think. But I think both times we're over on Avenue Studios. So now we're doing it over here. And joining us is myself, of course, Peter from Tales from Elsewhere, Dave from Grimwood Games, and the great Mustache from Nowhere, and of course, Glenn, the mastermind behind this. And also, Glenn, you're involved with Alzheimer's and stuff, right? Like, isn't that part of your profession?
It is. Hi everyone. Glenn Finney. My day job is I'm a behavioral neurologist. So I study all those things the brain does that are especially human, like language, tool use, personality, memory, judgment, and the diseases that impact them. And my practice is focused primarily on Alzheimer's disease and related disorders. And really, that's how I come at it. And I'm also on the board of directors for the Greater Pennsylvania chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, which is what we're raising money for here as our kickoff session of RPGs versus AD.
All right. That is a scoop. And the trick is tonight, or the twist, not really a trick, as we are going to play this one shot and his game in the setting of the books that I've been working on, which is Kesshonite Legends. So because I'm so fast at writing, there is only one book out so far, but we're going to play slightly before that book takes place, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be very basic fantasy, because the weird Kesshonite technology has not taken off yet, and because I wanted to play Clever, Cool, Crazy in a basic fantasy setting, because the other two times were Fallout and not Star Wars, not Star Trek. What's that?
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5, yeah. I don't know that one, so I was pretty lost.
Yeah,
but
I was pretty lost on Babylon 5.
It was still all right. But
you guys were great stuff.
Yeah, man. We're going to get underway, but if you want to donate, there is a QR code on the screen. I don't know how you scan that if you've got your phone in your hand and you're watching this, but there's also a link down in the description if you want to head over there and throw some money. And like I said, I will try and update it as we go, but just keep in mind, do not donate to YouTube because this is not a fundraiser stream. My channel, you have to have 10,000 subs in order to make it a fundraising stream. And even then, I don't know how that works. So just do not throw money at me thinking that's where it's going, because YouTube will take half of it. And then I will have to put money in the thing and then an additional half to make up for it. And you will make me go broke. So please don't do that. All right, Glenn, take it away.
All right. And a little late breaking news. I got a message from our good friend, Dan over at Avenue Studios. They are also streaming at the moment. Great. Then you should pick it up afterwards. But after they're done, they're going to raid us.
Okay.
So if we go that long, we'll see. Well, I'm not saying there'll be a total party kill, but you know. So yeah. And also, just for those of you who are joining us in the live stream, we are going to monitor the donations. So as long as we're playing, you can donate and unlock things in the game. We already have a great Mustache getting one of our first unlocks. Speaking of great Mustache, maybe we'll start with having everyone go around and introduce their protagonists, as we call them in Clever, Cool, Crazy. So what protagonist are you portraying, and what asset did our donators unlock for you?
Well, the donators unlocked a bandage, which I'm not sure what it does in the game, but I've got it. I'm guessing it heals, but
it does what a bandage does. So the way assets work is if you choose to use it and can explain how it's coming into use, it'll add 1 to your total.
Cool. So yeah, I'm playing Ben Gear, normally called Ben, the Spear Tongue. He is an Eshin. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Scrat?
Eshin? Yeah.
Eshin. Which is kind of similar to an elf, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're elves. I just wanted a different name for them.
So I am, however, I am an alluring Eshin. I have a nurture of being a mediator or a talker. So I'm very skilled at using my words, and I am an ice spearman because I have a little affinity with ice. So he's often able to slice through tough situations with his words. Often brought in to mediate disputes or to wear down people with his cutting words. He has an ice affinity, which he sometimes uses to cool the room down while he's talking, or at least slow some people down. He calls his spear the last word, and he uses it to channel a lot of his ice. But he usually uses a walking stick because he's not as much of a fighter in most cases.
That is great. So did you call it the last word in your protagonist sheet? I'm just curious.
In the descriptor, I'm guessing he carries a spear called the last word. I put that in the descriptor of the character.
Okay, no worries.
But it's not one of my other things, I don't think.
It's not one of your features. Well, you never know. If you pull off enough interesting things, it might become a feature, because I can, as your revealer of worlds, as we call the game masters in Clever, Cool, Crazy, adjudicate that something has happened narratively enough to grant a level 1 feature. So we'll see. But perhaps we should find out who else is in your merry band of marauders. And I see Dave from Grimwood Games next on my screen. So Dave, you want to tell us about the protagonist?
My protagonist is Kale. I guess that's how I'm going to say it. I definitely did not pronounce the Eshin correctly when I read the book.
Kesshon.
I am a hybrid. Basically, I basically am human and Eshin at the same time, half elf. My nurture. I was an underworld enforcer at one point, and my niche is a thief. So I am very good at stealing and that type of thing. I was left at the door of the Thieves Guild when I was a small child, and I was brought up with a lot of abuse and stuff like that. So we'll deal with that, I'm sure.
We'll deal with childhood trauma tonight, right?
Oh yeah. So speaking of childhood trauma, maybe Peter, you want to share your protagonist?
Well, it all started with a blood oiler.
Yeah,
we don't need to dig into.
Tell someone else where I think is creating a new generation of childhood trauma in the best way possible.
I had a loving, very wholesome childhood, I'll have you know. The horrors that come from my mind are no one's fault but my own. So tonight, I will be playing Al Butcher, who is an ugly human peasant. Al was the son of a butcher, hence being called Butcher. But instead of going into the family trade explicitly long-term, he ended up using his skills with a knife and his knowledge of anatomy through being a butcher to become a barber surgeon, which, little sprinkling of historical details generally, is that your barber was often also your surgeon. They were the same person. The person you need to get bloodlet from is also the person who shaves you. So he spent most of his life doing that, but he has sort of a nasty reputation for being kind of a foul person in both appearance and in manner. But that's not because he's evil or a bad person. He's just uncultured, uneducated, and uncouth, to use more alliteration for this game. He's also, what he's been doing lately is actually helping the local constabulary with investigations, because the one thing he does have a lot of knowledge of is anatomy. Because he's seen the insides and outsides of most creatures at this point, whether they're edible or not. And so he is actually a bit of an investigator when it comes to murders and such. And that's what he's up to. But really, he's just like an average human peasant of below average physical attractiveness.
Very good, very good. And last but not least, the founder of this world that I have the honor of revealing tonight, Scrat of a Squirrel Play, and our host. So what protagonist are you bringing?
My name is Tulsi, which, like many characters in the story, was a keyboard smash, but turns out that is the word for holy basil. Doesn't have anything to do with my character, but that's what I found out. He is an Eshin, and his nurture was that he was a wood steamer. Now, for those of you who don't know, to get curved wood, you steam it. You get it all good and steamed up, and then you can bend it very slowly without breaking it. And Eshins have the power of ice and fire, so they can combine those magic things together and make steam. So that's why they have a lot of curved wooden architecture. So that was his job. And he decided it didn't pay enough. So he's like, hey, stabbing things is pretty bountiful. It pays well. So he took his steam tricks and became a sellsword spellsword. And there's not much else going on with him. Like, I didn't want to write a whole other story. I just,
no traumatic childhood.
No, I mean, maybe.
The traumas in his life will begin tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe
We will give him new trauma.
Yeah, he was steamed a lot as a child. How about that?
There you go. You got steamed for sure.
I think Ben just inflicted the childhood trauma with his cutting words on the other children. So that's...
Yeah.
All right. So, you all have banded together, which in and of itself is fairly unusual. Eshins and humans don't always get along, unfortunately. There's many tensions between those two peoples, and much distrust even of those who have both natures.
Not calling anybody out
hybrids.
specifically on
So
that,
the fact that you guys
I think we're losing Glenn.
So the fact that you all as a mixed group have gotten together is in and of itself noteworthy. How did your group determine to travel and work together?
Well, I'm for hire, so if they were already looking for another member, that was pretty easy. Though I'm not well known. My name is only a 1, so...
That is correct.
I'm not sure how much spoilers from the book we should leverage, but I don't think this is a spoiler. I'll be light about it initially, and then Scrat, you can fill in extra details if you'd like. But that it could be that a crime or something happened in a certain town where people from different walks maybe happened to meet.
Yeah.
But because the event was there, both sides really invested in figuring out what happened, hence a mixed group. I'm dancing around it. You can unpack
it's Handelson. It's a city.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very small city, big town, however you want to say it, where Eshin and human both get together. It's a trading middle ground between the two capital cities, one being a capital human city, one being a capital Eshin city. And that's just kind of the happy medium. That's where people who are kind of over the tension and, things happen over time.
Okay, I was like, it's not a huge, it comes up pretty early. So,
I mean, I didn't know about it. I don't feel like it's a spoiler. So.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it could be there, right? That's why there's a mixed group.
That would make sense.
Right, out of necessity.
There's a lot of traffic there, too, since that's like the midway trading point, so.
Yeah.
Indeed. And perhaps you all were able to stock up there at Handelson, where your mixed group would not have drawn as much attention as some other parts of the world. And maybe even you got some bambleberries, if I remember correctly. The
Bandleberries.
I don't know. Did you?
I mean, it's pretty good booze. I'll get some.
Yeah.
It's good
Not
for the
that I'm a
constitution.
fake fan, Glee. It's just I haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Fake fan.
Hey, I've got a signed copy,
Ooh.
and I've
Yeah.
read the first page.
When did you get
Oh,
a
I
signed
should have had my
copy?
copy here at my desk. It's not at my desk. Mine's not signed yet.
I was telling myself I'd read a lot more, but leading up to this, and then I didn't.
It happens. It happens. Oh, good news. We actually did get a additional donation, but so I will check that shortly to see if it's enough yet to unlock another asset for you guys. But we shall see. Much like my live streaming, it sometimes lags in the updates on the website as well. But we did get one, so it
Awesome.
just takes a minute to refresh, and we'll see what that is. But anyway, yes, you probably went to one of the more popular taverns in Handelson. Henry, the barkeep, managed to get you set up with some brambleberry. Is it more of a wine, an ale? What is usually the experience of drinking a brambleberry concoction, Scrat?
It's very sour beer.
Ah, very good. All right. So, yeah, it is taking a while to update us. I got the notice that we got a new donation, but
Well,
I
you
haven't
do the
got-
Maybe it was
GM,
the
and
old donation.
I'll refresh the page every now and then. So
No, I'm on there and it hasn't refreshed yet, but it's definitely in the queue. But let's continue on. I will tell you, when your group was in Handelson, a rather mysterious cowled stranger pulled you together to take a little mission for some coin down south. And basically, there are close to a certain set of woods called I have notes, I swear. The I have too many notes. That's actually part of my problem here. But there's a wooded area to the south of here where there are some old abandoned mines, and this cowled figure, who was very careful to keep their identity concealed, has hired your group to go and check that the mines are truly empty and abandoned. Now, would any of you have asked any questions when this deal was going down?
How much are
Yeah.
we getting paid?
Mhm. Well, you'll be getting paid the going rate for an adventurous group such as yourself. Quick question for Scrat. Is there an actual name of the common coin, or is it just coin gold?
it wasn't developed at this point, but later on there is.
Okay, but at this point, it's just gold.
It's valuables, gold coins of many different designs, gem bits, that kind of thing. So
I will tell you, I will provide you each with a month's worth of wages in gold. If you can do it in less than a month, of course, you keep it.
I'm going to ask, what kind of mine was this? Matters a lot.
Well, it was an exploratory dig. Really, they were more looking for things that might be of value. I don't believe it would be anything that would be known to you. Do you have a background in mineralogy?
No, I don't. But, sometimes you just dig for salt. Salt's very valuable. Salt is one of the most valuable things you can pull out of the ground. We use it a lot. I
Use
say
it
as
on
a-
your face a lot.
No, as a preservative. But a good salt scrub is good for the pores. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of which, we have unlocked a new goal.
Wow.
Currently, our total is at $235.
Ooh.
And
Dang.
that means that Peter's protagonist, who's Al, if I remember correctly, also has gained an ephemeral asset. This is a
Ooh.
one-time asset. So this would be something that, okay, and in Clever Cool Crazy, protagonists have the kind of equipment you would expect for their oeuvre, but sometimes they have either, personal connections or items that are a little bit more above and beyond what you would expect for normal gear. If any of you have played the Cypher system, it has some of that flavor, if you will. So, what kind of asset, one-time use, might Al have brought with him, or might have negotiated from your employer? But remember, it's going to be one shot.
So you negotiated from the current employer. That could be fun. Or you know what? He has a set of like really expensive unguents and like and tools that go up beyond just what he would carry normally. Because they're going down in a mine, he has things that can help for people that have been poisoned or are being asphyxiated by contaminated air. So he has some very niche, specialized things he's able to procure.
Okay, I think you now have the ephemeral asset of Rare Unguent 1. So that's a one-time use, but it'll increase by 1 when you use it in a way that would either be appropriate to it, or maybe you'll surprise me and find a different use.
Sounds good. Always looking
good.
for an excuse to use the word unguent. So.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So very good, and thank you to our donors, and we will see. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. I see a very interesting thing in our private chat, but we're going to keep it from the audience so far. So anyway, that's the negotiate. So if you pull this off, you will gain a month's worth of gold for each of you, which, is a fairly princely sum in these strained economic times. So anything else that you would have asked of or discussed with this mysterious employer before they let you go on your way?
Just how to get there, really.
Yeah.
Point us in the direction. We know the woods generally, but if he hones it in for us, that'd be helpful.
Yes. So he gives a fairly good description of the main path, and really it's one of the main trade paths, mostly when people go down to that area for forestry purposes, wood cutting, etc. Tulsi, you would probably be a little more familiar with this area than some, and let me get that note up. I had the name in my head and it has escaped me. It's a certain forest that starts with an A. Maybe you can help me out.
Anderwood.
Anderwood, yes. And what kind of woods are known to come from Anderwood?
What kind of woods? Oh
Yeah.
man, those are like those are some ancient trees out there that are usually left alone because they're so old and respected by a race of people that was not mentioned in that book. So you don't harvest those ones. You don't
But,
mill those.
Yes. But in this case, it is known that the humans have been encroaching on that area and harvesting some for their own uses.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. How dare they?
Classic humans.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Anything else, or will you start south on your merry way?
Well, I mean, if it's already late at night, local time, I mean, no need to head out tonight. We've got all these berry beers to finish, right? I mean, head out first thing in the morning.
We're
Right.
already here, knocking a few back with Henry.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah.
After breakfast.
Yeah.
After some breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a nap.
Very good. And after an apple, is that what you
I
said?
said after a nap. Yeah, breakfast.
Yeah,
then a nap.
yeah, of course. After the nap, you have some breakfast, then you need to have your little siesta, and then you know,
lunch.
yeah. You have your second breakfast, and then
That's awesome. Okay, it is awesome. I'm going to be a soft touch just because we're getting used to it. So there is a mechanic in Clever Cool Crazy called Awesome. And really, this is awarded for great role play, for achieving great goals, and sometimes just for making the revealer of worlds laugh. So, in the spirit of charity, I'm going to be a light touch this one time. And because of this wonderful carousing that you guys have decided to set up, I'm going to award you all awesome, which means you all gain 1 effort. In Clever Cool Crazy, anytime any one player's protagonist does something worthy, the entire party benefits. I should have mentioned our starting effort is going to be 2 effort.
Okay.
So
Do we have 3 effort now?
You are now up to 3 effort, yes. And do recall that that effort, if you manage to keep it until the end of the session, can be traded in for experience to level up your features or to level down a condition if you get one that lingers. Also, I have a fresh out the hatch mechanic that I tried out just last week called montages. So if narratively appropriate and important, we might have a montage in the middle of this where you can also spend effort to increase your features or down a condition. I think it may be used as sort of, oh, we're really hurt. We need a healing montage, which what you guys have as assets may be appropriate. But
yeah, we've got a bandage, a surgeon,
a rare unguent.
Yeah. We got it all.
We're
We got it
ready.
all. That's right. That's right. All right. So, and anything in particular you hope to achieve while carousing overnight or breakfast?
Well,
brunching
maybe while we're in the tavern, maybe some friendly bets or something, like who can use their knife skills to like skin a peach the finest or something after a few drinks. Maybe
I will take you up on that.
Maybe. Well, I'm not between us. See, I want to try and put our surgeon barber up against some of the other tavern people and maybe make some coin. So I want to use some of my talking skills to like look how drunk this guy is. I bet you could beat him at a type of situation going on here.
Yeah, Al's a big dude, and so yeah, it takes a lot to actually get him real drunk. He's got the thick. He's got the mass to absorb.
I mean, just look how ugly he is right now. That's because of how much he's consumed so far.
Fair.
So his face is just scrunched up from all that. You could beat him no problem. You can skin that peach way easier than he can.
Yeah, he doesn't have his hands don't look dexterous either. He has big sausagey fingers, right, like working man's fingers. So he wouldn't appear to be somebody with deft hands. And ugly. He's ugly. Yes.
All right.
Thank you for remembering.
That sounds lovely. So our other 2 protagonists, while these 2 are getting up to drinking and peach skinning shenanigans, are you in on this, or are you doing other activities?
Oh, I'm definitely going to let the crowd grow and kind of swipe a few things while we're waiting.
All right.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
onlookers cheering your cut pursing.
Yep.
Do I get to like pass him the peach because I could steam it just a little bit right before giving it to him, soften it up?
Absolutely. All right. So what I'm hearing is basically this sounds to me like a group activity, although each of you are playing an interesting role in it. And I think that means we are going to have our first roll of the night.
Woo.
So, all right. And yes, you will manage to probably suck in a few patrons, but we'll see. Quick question for Al and Ben. Are you guys actually drinking pretty hard, or are you trying to pretend to drink hard?
Al doesn't like a sour, and so he's not drinking it super fast. He likes things that are sweet. He likes a sweet drink. So he's nursing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for Ben, I don't think he's a big drinker. So
Al is just not this drink.
Right. Yeah, I think just in general, Ben isn't as big on it. So he's maybe even like watered it down by using some ice magic to let the ice melt to like water the drink down a bunch.
Okay. All right. I see what you're doing there. I love it. Okay. I'll give you this option. Because you can choose your marks. You may choose, we're going to say for the sake of simplicity, up to 4 patrons to try and suck into your game of chance. But remember, the more you suck in, the more the opportunity for great gain, but also more opposition you face and might lose. So do you guys have like a rough number of how many you want to suck into this?
So this is I feel like Al isn't actually aware of the hustle aspect of this, right? He's just people are going to come up to him and challenge him, and he's not really paying attention to like the guile part. So I'll leave that up to you.
I think he would try and get as many as possible, because then that would also give our cut purse a chance to maybe have some more options available to him.
It would indeed. It will raise the challenge for him to try and swipe from that many people without them being aware, though. Is that okay with our...
Well, but is it a question of like, is he trying to swipe from each of them or just one of them? And by having more optional people there, he can pick an optimal. It gives him more choice, perhaps.
That is a fair question. And Dave, I'm having my own little brain fog here. What's the name of your protagonist again?
Keel.
Yeah, Kale. Is Kale going for just one big fish, or are you trying to work the crowd?
He's smart enough to know that working one big fish is probably the better bet.
Okay, I will take that into account then. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm actually going to roll first for the, let me see, where'd my dice go, of course. Where'd the dice tray go? I just had it. Anyway, all right. Well, while I am looking for how to roll dice on, Foundry. So first off, Ben, I think your protagonist, your approach is a clever, rather sly one. If you pull this off, it's going to be pretty cool. Is it really crazy though? I think it's sly and I think it's cool. I don't know that. Well, you might burn some bridges here, so it's a high risk operation. Go.
I mean, maybe you could say it's crazy because the main focus of this, whether the win and lose, is not in on it. I'm leaving him.
It's a little crazy, to not have consulted with Al beforehand.
All right,
which I love.
you get all the dice. That means you're going to roll 4, clever, cool, crazy, and since plus your free one. And since for the sake of the audience, which of your features do you think is playing into this?
Oh, I'm definitely using my mediator talker aspect. My whole background of using my words to get action done rather than physicality. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. And any other feature that is helping you in this, or is it pretty much that?
Now, can I add multiple? It's just 2 features total that I can add, or?
Yeah, so that people don't go crazy trying to add 10 features at once.
Well, I mean, I am an alluring Eshin, so I figured that's definitely helping pull some of them in.
In this particular crowd, it works. If you had been in a human city, it actually could have worked against you as almost like a condition. But
yeah, that makes sense. In this case,
I'm
I'm not sure Well, we're still in the city, so I do have like a 2 rating about being a spear tongue, right? So my name.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that would like play an effective, like, oh, some of them might have heard me before.
Well, I think you made a great case for your mediator talker feature and your alluring Eshin feature. So I would suggest you go with that. So you're going to have 4 before you even roll, and you're rolling all 4 dice. I will let you do that math. So Al, what do you think in terms of your abilities are going to really allow you to pull this off?
Well, I think that being an ugly human peasant is going to help me in this case. And the fact that I am around as a barber surgeon, I'm actually around chemicals all the time. And I think it's built up an amount of resistance to actually being drunk. And the fact that despite my fingers,
All right.
I'm quite deft with a blade because I have to shave somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like all of that kind of comes together. But yeah, I have to be able to use a straight razor without killing them.
that it's almost as if he knew that about you. I think that makes perfect sense.
I think it worked. Like he gave me a slow pitch there, like a real easy one.
Yeah.
So my barber surgeon and ugly human peasant, I think are
that's perfect.
As an ugly human peasant, I drink a lot of beer actually rather than water.
Is that right? Very good. Well, that'll work, and that'll give you 3 + 1 is 4. And I think you're using your barber skills is a clever approach to this. I think, again, if you can beat all of them at skinning a peach, that's going to look pretty darn cool. I don't know that it's particularly crazy.
I don't think it's crazy because Al doesn't trying to do anything crazy. Somebody walks up to him and says like, "Hey, I think I could peel a peach faster than you." And he's like, "No, you can't." And it just does it.
And I totally respect that. So you have 3 dice so far. And by the way, just to mention, since it's our first roll, the feature you're using, you gain the session experience rate the first time you use them. And the simple math is you put after your level a point of experience, in this case, 0.8. So and by the way, fractions drop for adding things. So don't worry about it until you level up. Sure. But great mustache, that means you are now at, I believe, your
so I'm doing
3.8 and your alluring Eshin 1.8. And I've got it jacked up high because it's a one shot. And same thing for you, Al. Your barber surgeon is 3.8 and your ugly human peasant is 1.8. And what was your highest on that?
My highest die was a 4.
Okay, that's what you add to your 4. So,
so
I saw that Ben's was a 3 highest, so you're there. And going over to Tulsi, remind me again, Tulsi, what you're up to during all this?
I was gonna steam the peach a little bit so it like loosen the skin and it could just.
Absolutely. So the way this works is as a group activity, I'm going to take into account the highest rolls, and your fates are tied. So I think it's a very clever use. I think, is it cool? I don't think so. It's not ostentatious. The fact that you're trying to get away in this in a mixed group that includes other Eshins and hybrids who know these kind of magics of fire and ice, it's a little crazy. I'll give you clever and crazy. I don't know if it's
I mean, it's obviously hot, not cold, so it can't be cool.
Yeah.
There you go. So, and same thing I said. Obviously, you are using your Eshin because that is how you get your magic and your wood steamer, right?
Yeah. That one had 2 in it. So how many? Am I 4 dice altogether?
Well, you have 1 die for free, and then a die for being clever and a die for being crazy. So 3 dice. Your base is a 2 from being a wood steamer. That's the highest feature you used. Now at 2.8, and the additional feature is your Eshin, which was 1. So you add 1. Even if it had been a 2, you would have still added 1. But it's now 1.8 because first time you're using it. So 3 before you roll.
3 before I roll?
So that's the static number that you add.
Yep.
Ah,
Right. So you can have a maximum of 4 dice. You get 1, and then for every, if you have crazy, cool, you add 1 for each of those. So the maximum dice you ever roll is 4. If you're both
Okay.
clever, crazy, and cool.
Yep.
so here we
And
go.
then based on your features is what
Okay.
adds to it.
We got 2 zeros and a 5. That is a wonderful roll because we get to demonstrate a few more of our features. One, you have just learned the hard way. Anytime you roll at least 1 0, you add a 0.1 to the lowest feature used. So congratulations, you are now a Eshin 1.9.
Whoa.
It's almost like you're learning the hard way how to embrace your steaming magic. And a 5 means you get to add 5 to that 3 you already had, and you explode. Plus, if you roll at least 1 5, you get to gain an effort as momentum. So increase your effort to 4. Another roll.
Big
Let's
money.
go. He's steaming that peach good for you there, Al.
Yeah. So just one more
I'm gonna
die,
be very
right?
confused when he hands me
Yep,
a
one more
steamed
die.
peach.
Okay, that's all right. It still adds. So yeah. So now
Still
you're
good.
So we've got I believe a 9, an 8, and a 7. So let's see how well our thief is doing there. So Kale, obviously you are using their distractions, so that's going to help determine the results of this. Using your thief niche, I believe, right?
I am. Yep, thief niche.
Anything
And
else?
then
This,
probably my hybrid using some magic to make it happen.
Yeah. Tell me about that. How do you incorporate magic of fire or ice into?
Well, I mean, it's a coin purse. It's got rope. A nice little fire beam would take care of the rope.
just
for
a
me,
little,
so-
just a little heat to snip.
Exactly.
How very finesse of you. Very good. So you're going to use your thief and your hybrid. First time you're
Yep.
using it. So put a 0.8 behind both of those. So here's a great example. Your thief is at 3. Your hybrid's at 2. The higher is 3. So 3 and then +1 for the additional. So you're at 4
Mhm.
before the roll. And what you're going to, I think, is this... Your approach is clever. I don't know if doing this in a town you don't want to burn your bridges in necessarily is clever, but I'm going to give it to you.
crazy.
What's that?
Yeah, I think it's clever, and I think it's kind of crazy because doing it in the town that you want.
Well, I was
don't
giving
wanna
you that
burn
one
others.
already. Yeah. No, need say no more. You're getting that one. Is it cool? I think it's kind of cool. I'm giving it to you. All right, so you get to roll 4 dice.
It's only cool if you cast your magic with finger guns.
Ooh, I got a 5.
All right. There you go. Well, like you gain an effort, and you'll add 5 to your 4, and that means you get to roll 1 more.
Oh,
So basically, you're now got 14 and roll again.
18.
18.
Bad. Yeah, not bad at all. All right, now I have to find where the heck my dice roller went. It was right there, and
It should be just on the bottom right.
It should be.
Click the chat. Make sure you're on the chat message.
That's what it was. I was still on settings. Thank you. You are a gentleman and a scholar. All right. So the first die, actually, I'm going to, you know what? Yeah. So I'm just going to roll this one for the, nope. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll first for your competitors, and then I'm going to have a separate roll for the big fish that nimble-fingered Kale there just fleeced. All right. So basically what I can do is if the group that you're challenging has basically the same level, I can treat them like almost like a group roll as opposed to rolling like individual ones. Sometimes it's easier to do individually, especially if things are very different, like what we're going to do with Kale. But sometimes it's easier to just treat your adversaries as a group, which is how we're going to do that one. So the good news and bad news is they got at least 1 5. Luckily, they're not as seasoned as you at this, so they weren't that high to begin with. Let's see how the one that exploded. All right. So luckily we had a 1, so we're at all right. So we're gonna now, unless the fiction has a compelling reason, I usually like to have us reveal things as revealer of worlds in order of the lowest roll to the highest, because really you kind of want to have everyone one up each other, basically. So I believe our lowest was actually Ben. Ben, actually, even though I exploded, I didn't do that great because they weren't that high to begin with. So I want you to tell us how, the good news is you're not going to take any harm from this. I want you to tell us how you almost threw off the entire operation.
Well, I think what happens is, I get to talking up Al and, mentioning how ugly he is and how, with ugly, grubby hands like that, there's no way that he can, peel. But I just can't help myself that some of the people in the crowd, I end up throwing a few cutting words about them as well, like I'm comparing them to Al as well. Like, he's like, just like this guy over here. I mean, just look at that crooked nose. I mean, his mother couldn't even love that. And then, moving along like that. So like, as I'm trying to weave this story, I maybe cut a little too much with my words into some of the other patrons.
You're like doing heckling stand-up almost at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're into the character now, right?
Yeah.
He just gets lost in the heckling.
might have a few people that want to meet me in the alley afterwards.
Yeah, roasting random people, catching stray insults.
I think so. Interestingly enough, Al, you did pretty well. You are actually neck and neck with these guys. I will tell you, because you had a little extra steaming, it will put you over the edge, but I'm going to allow you in this moment the opportunity. You're technically tied with your opposition. You could let the tie stand, and your group will do okay, but you can choose to do different things with the tie. You could choose to leave the tie be. Mm-hmm. You could choose to fail, but gain an advantage. You could choose to succeed at a cost, or we could always do my favorite and roll off.
I am going to fail, but gain an advantage. And I'm going to pitch you the fail situation.
Yeah.
So the person I was playing against starts going too fast and slices off one of their fingers.
Oh, okay.
But as a barber surgeon, I'm able to help I help him immediately. And so the advantage I gain is actually the tavern patrons see that I'm a pretty cool guy. Like, I lost, but I also have helped. Like, I helped the guy out, right, who hurt himself. Maybe he doesn't cut his whole finger off, but like badly cuts his hand, right? I'm gracious in defeat. So like I get like good public perception.
Yep. What this will be is I love it. You're going to gain an asset, and the asset is Handleston Tavern Hero 1. Writing
that down.
Yep.
Is this one ephemeral as well?
We're going to have this one linger for a bit. It's not going to necessarily last outside of this session. It depends on what you do. If you firm it up, it might become an enduring asset. But if you just spend it quickly, it might just be fleeting. We'll see. Fame is often that. We will see where it goes. But for now, you can just hold on to it. And I will say you were actually waiting. In fact, Tulsi, you want to tell us what it looked like when you steamed this up and you really almost had it in the bag for Al?
Yeah, as I was trying to slide that peach over and give it a little whoosh, and I guess, a little too much steam came out. Is that what we're going to say happened here? It's a little too steamy. But also,
it could have been perfect. It's him that messed it up.
Yeah,
the ugly peasant.
All right, so maybe the skin just started sliding off instead of cutting.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
I'm
we're
not
at
used to steamed peaches. You know, who
yeah.
steams a peach?
we're at $280 already. In case y'all
Yep.
didn't know. So,
What, $20 away from our next unlocked goal?
Woo! Big money.
All right. So, last but not least, our own Kale. You actually were very successful, I believe. Oh, wait, I got to roll your opposition to see how successful, because maybe you weren't. That's right. We still got to roll that.
I was gonna say, boy, if the opposition gets up to 18, we are screwed.
You could be, which
Yeah.
I will say makes it very nice. You can have opposed rolls like for secret knowledge and stuff. And even if people are like, oh, wow, I rolled really great. It's like, it doesn't mean you actually know. All right. So, but in this case, yes, you blew the doors off. So go ahead and describe for us how you, what you managed to get from your ill-gotten gain.
It was a heavier sack of gold than I was expecting. Like it didn't look as big as it was until it landed in my hand. And I almost dropped it because it was heavier than I was expecting. And then looking inside, not only was there gold, there was actually a couple pieces of diamond.
Yep. So I'm going to give you for this a asset, but it does actually get used. It's an ephemeral asset, but you might be able to use it partially. So it is going to be ill-gotten gain 2. So you've got this. This is an asset, and you could actually choose to spend it all on something. You could choose to spend it on just like increasing by 1 level, which will bring it down to 1. So it can be used up, but it can be used in part, not only in whole. All right. I think that's quite enough excitement for this group for tonight. So you guys, after you've patched things up and turned in, I will say this much. So as you're patching up this guy who almost cut off his finger, he's like, oh thank you. It's very kind of you. So you're not really from around here, are you?
Nope.
No. Where are you from and where are you going?
You ask a lot of questions there, buddy.
It distracts me from the pain. That and the Rambleberry sour. And he drinks more.
I say, look, I know that a lot of barbers do a lot of small talk and they ask you about how the wife and kids are going, but that's not really me. I say to him, I don't know you, buddy.
At which point he partially passes out from the pain in the drink.
That works. Much easier that way. You don't want to operate on, when you try to operate on people while they're conscious, let me tell you, it does not work very well.
Does not work as well at all.
It can be done, but survival chances start dropping rapidly.
Yeah.
it just complicates the process, man.
Yeah, they're kicking and screaming. It gives me a headache.
Indeed. All right. Well, without further objection, the night passes relatively uneventfully from that time. I think like maybe an hour later, you hear from like one of the side rooms, I can't believe I must have like bounced into a candle or something. Look, it's burned clean through. Has anyone seen it? But the rest of the night goes fairly uneventful. You wake up the next morning, you have first breakfast, second breakfast, brunch, lunch, whatever. And whenever you're ready, you're able to head off on the road. I will tell you in Clever, Cool, Crazy, you don't have to take short rests. You don't have to rest overnight. Rest is just that. It is narrative. It is not mechanical, unless it is part of your approach to something.
Well, I got 2 things real quick.
Absolutely.
1, Glee's reminding us to hydrate. 2, effort. So when we can spin that to just add a value to the roll, or how?
You can use it in 2 ways. You can just straight up add it to your total 1 for 1. Or if you don't have already 4 dice awarded, you can spend it to gain 1-for-1 additional dice up to the 4 max.
And can you spend it after the roll, or do you have to declare beforehand?
Before.
Okay.
Yep. Now, there is another way to spend effort. Technically, you can spend 1 effort to gain a flashback. So if you need to go back in time and set up something, you can spend it to do that. But once the die is cast, no, you can't spend effort. We've discussed about the pros and cons of being able to spend it after the total, but as of this version, you got to spend it before you know. All right. So you guys head out on the road, and any particular approach you're taking to your travels that I should be aware of, or just kind of merrily going down the road like Dorothy and the gang in Wizard of Oz?
There isn't a time sensitivity that the cloaked stranger gave us,
No.
so Al takes a leisurely approach.
Very good.
Are we having to worry about transporting a lot back with us? Like,
Yeah,
would
it's
we
just
have...
investigative, right? They just
Yes.
want us to know
Yeah.
like what's going on in the mine. So
Yes. His
Yeah.
information is that the mine didn't pan out, but he wants you to make sure that's the case. So yes, it's purely investigative, but
Okay.
I don't know what kind of side gig you're planning. So if you want to try and score like some transport to be able to haul back things, if you have a plan to pick some stuff up at the mines that maybe this guy doesn't know about, that is entirely up to you.
I'm not interested in taking up a miner's life. So that is a horrible, horrible profession. No, thank you.
Some might even call it a hard knock life.
One might, but one shouldn't.
We are at $335,
Woo!
now, which I believe means we have unlocked an asset for our own Kale. So,
What's he get?
well, that's a good question. So, Dave, is there anything you think as a one-time use asset that Kale may have picked up overnight and prepped? Or if you want, I will tell you what I'm willing to do. If you want, maybe you picked up a little extra cash overnight and you can up that ill-gotten gain asset to 3 rather than 1.
No, I think he got a nice set of lockpicks.
All right. Now, I would say these are a nice set of lockpicks, but they are very fragile. So they will help you once, but in doing it, you're probably going to burn through them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Lockpicks 1 it is. Very good. All right. So off down the road, leisurely you go.
We're off to see the wizard.
Indeed, indeed. Well, since you are taking a leisurely pace, you're getting about to the area of the mines. You can see the great old growth forest of the Anderwood, really to the left-hand side, the rolling hills to the right, and you hear the sound of conflict, battle. It seems to be coming from just beyond the rise. Since you took a leisurely pace, it give you the opportunity to figure out what's going on before you engage, or not. But it is in your path.
So the sounds are in our path. We don't yet see the source of the. Well,
You do not yet. You would have to go up on the ridge line to see that. I'm sure that is going to go well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we definitely have brought with us somebody skilled in nefarious activities, including sneaking. So maybe you want to check ahead.
All right, fine.
Reluctantly.
Of course, I'm reluctant.
I know it's very, taxing.
Yeah, I'll check ahead. I'll kind of sneak up, stealthily, I'm gonna sneak up stealthily, but as I'm sneaking, you can hear the slight little jingle of coin from the pouch that he stole the night before.
That's great. That's great. I will tell you, overall, I think you have the skill set and the target of your interest is distracted enough that you do not need to roll on this. But if there's some reason you would like to try and get some added advantage out of your approach, I would allow you.
Not that I can think of. So,
all right. So you sneak up to the ridgeline. You see there is these two small groups of goblins fighting it out. They've got spears and wicked looking blades. Scrap, what do goblins in the world of the novel of Bastion look like? Like your standard goblins, or is there any special sauce to their appearance?
They are highly adaptive to their environment. So it depends. So if we're out in the woods, they're not going to have it'd be very different from the ones living in very hot regions or very cold regions like the top of the mountain at the beginning of the book. So that would be your base goblin, the ones we're coming across. Just they're short, about 3-4 feet tall. Nasty little things. Nobody likes them. They're gross. They're very
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
just because they're gross and ugly.
Hey, man. But they're very scavengy. What's the word I'm looking for? Where they just scrappy. They just get everything they can and put everything together with spit and glue, kind of deal. So a pot and a pan makes very good weaponry.
Yes. In this case, they look like they've managed to upgrade their weaponry, maybe from the bodies of some other poor travelers. But they are clearly going at each other, the two factions. But they are also clearly in the way. And you can see in the distance the mine entrance as described to you by your employer.
So the goblins, they were fighting each other?
Yeah.
Who are we?
I say we wait them out.
Yeah. Who are we to interfere with some local conflict, right?
I mean,
we don't want to. There's some ecosystem at play here, and we don't want to adversely affect it.
Exactly.
That's why you don't save the rabbit from the hawk, right? Hawk's got to eat. It's got baby hawks. It's got to feed. Same thing.
Now, what we could do is we could make it more interesting, because if we see one side starting to pull ahead, I could, make a little ice go under their feet so they slip, and then.
Sorry, the end then? I was expecting more.
Well, then
Yeah,
they both kill each other.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there was a leap there that I didn't quite follow.
It's okay. You're just a peasant. This is a little above your.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, you know best. It's fine. I'll follow your lead.
All right. Very good. So what I'm hearing is your group's going to carefully wait it out. But if you see an opportunity to tilt the battle in favor of the winning side to speed it up, you're going to.
No.
Oh, sorry.
If one side's getting ahead, I want them to fall back behind so that more overall are dead.
Oh, you're going to work to even it out, to attrit it. Well, you know what? I am going to roll what is basically a fate die. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, I didn't mean to re-roll that. I just didn't. There it goes. It fades on its own. Okay. So, you guys are waiting it out, and these guys are just mauling each other, cursing. Do goblins curse in their own language, or do they curse in common, Scrat?
Nobody can understand goblins, so they got their own. It's unsure whether they actually have a language of their own or they just grunt.
Yes. So emotively, these are functionally equivalent to cursing. Whether it is actually language as other beings know it is yet to be determined. But
we get the subtext, right, of the guttural sound.
Oh yeah,
right?
and the body language is very clear.
Yeah.
As is the carnage. You see one hack off an arm, and arterial blood comes spewing out. What color is goblin blood, Scrat?
What color you want it to be?
Well, I think this is a purple colored blood.
All right, it's purple.
Yeah. So, and you see another hacks off a head, decapitate. The head actually gets some real air, and it almost lands where you guys are hiding. It really took off. But we are still, I think, okay in terms of you not being found, especially based off my fate roll for you, which was technically a 0 because it was a 6. And so basically they keep pushing and they are just slaughtering each other. Ben, there's this one moment you think one side's going to maybe overtake the other. Describe how you rebalanced it.
Yeah, so like I see like maybe they're flanking, or maybe a bunch of them are starting to run from the side and the others don't see it. So I just point my spear and I focus and I make just a thin layer of ice appear right in front of them, so that when they hit it, they go sliding and probably screech out and alert of the flank.
And that's exactly what happens. And Scrat, this is your world. So I'm going to ask you to describe for what it looks like when the last 2 goblins simultaneously slay each other.
Oh gosh. They're just wailing on each other. One gets a stab right in the chest, and the other one smashes him upside the head with the skillet. A good old cast iron one just caves it in, and then he stumbles off. He's like, "Rah!" and then falls over dead.
Yep. And it's almost like he was going to that head. You think maybe he had some sort of relation with that decapitated head, and he falls dead at basically the edge of the ridge where you guys are hiding, just behind. His one arm outstretched towards the decapitated head, the other one, holding in a death grip his mighty skillet. And all of the goblins have expired.
See, it worked itself out.
That was good entertainment.
Yeah. Well, go around the gore field to my destination.
Yeah, it's pretty so.
I wonder if the goblins are the reason there's nothing in the mine.
Could be. I mean, yeah. I don't know how long they've been here fighting. Right? Is this just an afternoon thing, or have they been skirmishing?
It was fairly quick.
Yeah, it went over pretty quick. Well, we'll log that away and report that back in.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Sure, it's nothing. Yeah.
This is just a regular meetup.
Yeah, it's how they keep herd populations under control, right? As they do these. Yeah, it makes sense.
In truth, it was a goblin meet cute that went horribly. All right,
meet cute. Yeah,
that went horribly wrong.
Just
all right. Yep. So, except for you guys, which profit. So here you are. You're going down into the mines. Any particular approach you're taking for exploring these mines?
I would like to be
going
first.
Cautious. Mines are
Stealth
death traps. Absolute death traps. Cousin of mine worked in a mine. Never found him. Never found the body. Goes down in there. You take a tumble. Gone forever. So cautious.
Yep. Where's Bob World Builder when you need it? We got a mine. Anyway, so
out in the woods somewhere, no doubt.
That's you're absolutely correct. Anyway, funny little story. He lives like basically an hour south of me. So
that's
one of these days. One of these days, I need to crash his.
Just go wandering the woods.
I'll just be wandering in the background.
Yeah.
Like totally photobomb him. Anyway, so back into the mines we go, and using any particular light source.
I say some of us can just flame in hand.
Yeah.
So
I'll let you guys do.
Three of us can do it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all we need then.
Are 3 of you doing it?
I'm probably not.
It's like I could, but I'm not going to. They say.
I'll have a little one ready that I can quick turn into steam. So
very good, very good.
Yeah, they got
pull out the canary in a cage.
Okay. Why would you have a canary in a cage?
Doesn't everybody?
Not usually.
I mean, not on me.
I will tell you what. Tell you what I'm going to do. Since you knew you were coming to a mine, I will allow a roll to see if you had the wherewithal and the capability of acquiring a canary to take with you for this, or whatever the world of Bashkim equivalent of a canary is. I think they have canaries, right?
Probably. Just a regular
All right.
bird.
What of your capabilities would have given you the wherewithal to actually manage to score a canary overnight before you set out?
Well, I think what would have alerted me to it was my was me, so my name, right? So knowing somebody that they recognized me and maybe came up to talk to me, and then I was, using all of my talking ability or whatever, and mentioned the thing, and they're like, "Oh, you know what you need to have is sometimes down there, there's some bad gases, so they usually always carry like these little birds with them and stuff." So that's like how I knew to go and like procure one.
I feel like this is almost a flashback. So maybe, do you want to just do this as a flashback? If you spend one effort, it just happens.
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
All right. You spend an effort, and that's exactly what happened. You kind of were talking with the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, man, miners, I hear they do the canary thing. I know this old lady, and she has a little canary, and the cat has just been at it, trying to get it. And I think it would be a kindness if you took it off her hands and away from this cat."
Yep, definitely taking it in a kind manner to do nice things with it.
Yes, totally.
Well, he's very trustworthy, that spear tongue. So, all right. So you have a canary in a cage. You did spend an effort for a flashback for this. So you know what? I'm going to let that serve as a ephemeral asset. I doubt you're going to keep a canary with you for the rest of your adventuring days, but it'll last until it doesn't. So you may add a canary in a cage 1. All right.
I mean, we've got a bird and we've got a cage. So
you do. The cage is thrown in for sure. All right. So you all get deeper and deeper into the mine. You see that it is branching. There's a branch curving to the left, a branch curving to the right, and a branch that is straight ahead that is angling down. What do you do?
And we don't hear any other sounds of industry or activity thus far, right?
Not so far.
Yeah, nothing obvious at least, right?
Nothing obvious, no.
Now, I would like to I would like to look for evidence of activity, like tracks or spoor or machinery that isn't that old, like maybe an operation, because I am an investigator.
You are indeed.
I would like to try to figure something out here. So I would like to roll. I would like to roll some dice. I will use investigator and the fact that I'm a peasant and therefore I know people who have to go and mine things.
Yeah, a little bit of a stretch, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah. I'm only getting a 2 total here, like on my bonus anyway. Like it's not a ton.
Ooh, watch out that min-maxing, man.
Yeah, watch out for my 2.
Anyway, no, that makes perfect sense to me. I think
with the 2,
this is definitely the clever move.
Yeah, I'm doing clever. I'm purposely not being crazy here because Al is nervous about the mine.
Yeah, I think it's just the smart move. I don't think it's cool.
I think it's just the smart move.
It's just
so
smart.
I would like to spend 1 effort though to get an extra die. Then so
you absolutely
total of 3 dice.
You absolutely may.
1, 2, 3, and I got 4. With 1 0, right? 1 6.
Yep. Congratulations. And was I trying to remember? You used your peasants, so actually it would, I believe, add to your
investigator, right?
And this is another 0.8 because it's the first time you used it, and
copy that
0.1 because it was the lowest before you got the 0.8.
Very cool. Okay, so I'm at 1.9 on investigator.
You are.
Logged.
Yep.
So yeah, I try to find, because we're at a crossroads, right? I'm trying to find evidence that would suggest something's going on here.
Yeah. What was your total?
Oh, I might need to edit it. My total was 6.
Very good. As it turns out, the resistance against your investigative abilities is neck and neck. You're tied. So you know your options. What do you want to do about that tie?
Right. Because I would like to succeed here
Yeah.
on this one. So I will choose option 1, succeed with consequence. I believe
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in this particular instance, the most appropriate consequence will work out in the narrative rather than as a mechanical. So you are able to find a couple things. You're able to find really some old markings. It looks like some heavy carts came through here, and it looks like the oldest, deepest ruts go straight down. But you do notice that the ground here has been disturbed by something more recent, and it's hard to explain. It's at first you almost wonder. It's like, did the goblins come in here? Because it's about the footfalls look about that size, but they're not shaped the way that the goblin feet that you saw, some of them literally like just chopped off, that you recently saw. Their feet were like gnarly but very human quality to them. These do not look like human footfalls to you. They look like something a little bit more clawed, but you can't quite place it.
Okay. I've not had done surgery on such a creature before.
You
so
have not.
I'm not quite sure what that is. Well, I'll relay that information to others. Be like, we're seeing them. There's definitely evidence of something moving around in here.
Yeah.
So be on your guard, those of you who are fighter types, with your swords and your magic and such. And then I'll point us in it looks like the deeper direction, right? The downward one.
Indeed.
Was indicated by the sign.
Yeah. Indeed it is.
So I'm wondering if I could maybe provide a somewhat potential consequence.
Well, I'm always willing to listen to my players.
So maybe I see that that Al is having a little bit of difficulty. So I fashion some ice into kind of a spyglass of sorts so it can magnify it for him. But the problem is that when he's holding it, it's super cold, right? So it ends up affecting him maybe sometime down the road. Either it's being cold or his hand is like stiffened up, so it's not as effective to be used.
Well, I think that's an interesting idea, but what I would say is I already have his consequence in mind. Okay. But I like where you're going with this. So I would like to make a counter proposal.
Okay.
If you would like, you may make a roll to fashion a ice magnifying glass, and depending on how well you pull it off, it may be an asset that he can use. So there's two ways basically pros can help each other. Mm-hmm. If it's in the moment, it's basically like a mini group challenge or group roll. But if you want to provide something that someone can use later on, basically you roll to create an asset that they can then carry with them to be used at a future moment. So that's what this feels like. So if you want to go ahead and give me that roll. Obviously you're using your
the main thing would be my ice, which is just a 1. And then
because your magic comes from being Eshin, that would be something you would have to use in this.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I'll use those two things together. So it's clever because I'm creating something.
It is indeed. And I think it's awfully cool, both literally and figuratively. The fact that you're making it out of ice and hoping this lasts, I'm going to say that's a little out of the box and a little off kilter. So I'm going to give you all 4 dice. I really want to see it happen. Can you tell?
All right.
All right.
And then I've just got a base of 2.
You do. But it's the first time you're using Ice Spearman, so that gets a 0.8. It is not the first time you're using your alluring Eshin nature, so that doesn't gain any. But let's see that roll. I will say, remember though, magic does have consequences in this.
So I got a 0 and a 5.
Yes, one of my favorites. So you're learning the hard way, which means it would have been to your Ice Spearman, so that's going to be 0.9 now.
Right.
You regain an effort, so good. That flashback has already been negated, so very good. And so you have 7, and you need to roll again because you exploded. All right, and you now have 9. Okay. As I mentioned, though, magic does sometimes. This is a little bit more complicated magic than what we've already seen. Those others were very small uses, but the world might push back a little, and there can be consequences in the world of Bashkim if magic goes wrong. Yeah, that's how it's going to be, and I'm going to get that. Let's see. All right. Your total, I believe, was 9. The good news is it's hard to keep it from melting in this climate currently, but you do manage to fashion a serviceable ice magnifying glass that you can hand off to Al. That's the other nice thing and different thing about assets versus features. Assets you can give to each other. And so you can hand off that, and Al, you now have a ice magnifying glass 1.
Here you go, Peasant. I know that your vision is not as good as the rest of us, so this might help you.
Well, look, just because I didn't get any vegetables growing up, okay?
None. Like tubers was the closest.
Yeah. What a privilege to have proper nutrition.
So, what I'm going to tell you about that asset is it's probably only going to hold up for one good use, and if you sit on it too long, it might melt on.
Yeah, it's going to melt, right? Yeah, a magnifying glass. Like I'm going to use it to refract the sun, and it's going to melt immediately.
But it might work for that moment.
Yeah,
so
I like it. All
right. You guys, I believe, said you were going down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's investigate.
Okay. All right. And I thought I heard that Kale is leading the way. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right.
You did.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you guys go deep down. I mean, it you can almost feel like pressure changes in your ears, and it's going down. You can see that the rock has been gouged, and the air here starts to become oppressive. It feels heavy. And who has fire going for light?
It was me.
Yep.
I just have a little bit in my hand.
Just you. As you go further down, you start to see that the flames in your hand starts to grow. It is becoming larger.
So maybe we put that away.
Do you extinguish the flame in your hand?
How big is it getting?
Well, usually it's just a little thing, like right there. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, now it's about this high. And it's getting a bluish tinge, and it almost is feeling uncomfortable in your hand.
Do I feel like more magic's draining out of me, or is it just getting hotter on its own?
It's just getting hotter on its own.
Okay. So
this is not being fed by you going out of control. This is something else is feeding it.
I'm going to set it down on the ground
Okay.
and walk away from it and see if it continues to burn on its own.
It is continuing to burn on its own. And if anything, it looks like it's starting to grow a little.
Am I able to reach out and shrink it?
Well, you normally can, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I think you can. Let's see how successful you are at that. Yeah. So obviously you're using your Eshin nature. Anything else that would allow you to successfully tamp down this flame with your power?
I mean, the wood steaming skill was a magic thing. That was the combination of the two. So
Yeah, I think that gives you a little extra oomph.
all right. So that's
I
that.
think this is a cautious approach. I think it's clever. I don't think it's cool or crazy. I think it's just clever. I'd give you 2 dice for this.
Yeah, we're like gun shy. We're nervous, so we're not doing things
Hey,
crazy.
Hey, sometimes that's smart. I will say, so far, you guys overall have been taking this very OSR style. I'm loving it. All right.
So 2d6, you said? Or
Yes, because you get one for free and you get one for being clever. All right. So what was your total then?
I got a 3, but do you add your nurture to it? Is that what we're doing?
Well, you rolled a 3. You are using your
Wood
Eshin.
Yeah, Eshin is 1, and then the nurture wood steamer thing was 2. So
Yeah, so you had 3 before the roll, and you've
Oh.
got 3 now, so you're at 6.
Okay.
And let's see how. Yeah. So what happens is you go to put this out, and instead of tamping down, it grows more, and you do feel like some of the magic drained out. You definitely tried to tamp it down, but something pushed back, and it's actually firing more. Luckily, it was close. So it's gonna come from that, but it is getting larger. And I think at that moment, you all see in some of the darker recesses, this part of the mine is a little wider and taller, and there are little like niches, and you see in the firelight little glowing reflections. 2 over there, 2 over there, 2 over there. What's clearly the reflected light on eyes that are watching you. And you hear little chittering sounds.
Little chittering sounds, little
You
critters
do.
down here.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't have a way to see in the dark, so I'm gonna let some of you check it out.
Kale, you're the closest.
I will draw my 2 daggers and move forward and see what I can see.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything while he advances forward, dual daggers in hand?
I mean, I've got my spear because I use it like a walking stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely out.
Sword's out at this point after hearing all that and the fire getting weird. So
Mm-hmm.
I let them do that. I'm gonna wait back here.
Okay.
I'm no soldier.
It's definitely animal chittering, right?
That is a great question. Do you have anything that would help you to distinguish that?
I mean, I do a lot of talking. So, I talk with a lot of different people. I've mediated a lot of different disputes. So I've heard a lot of different noises and sounds. Maybe I've been to farms, lots of places to do all this mediating.
I hear you. I'll give that to you. Why don't you go ahead and make me a very quick roll based off of that? I think the fact you're trying to use your background to discern if these are more humanoid versus animal noises is clever. I don't know that it's cool or crazy, but I do think it's clever.
Yeah. That'd be +4, so 7 total.
Mm-hmm. You're trying, but you just can't tell. You haven't heard anything like this before. All right, Kale, I think it's your move. What are you going to do?
I'm going to take one of my daggers in my hand, and I'm going to try to use the light of the fire that's growing to reflect it off the dagger into the darkness.
I love it. That is clever. This definitely deserves a roll. All right. So and what I'm going to tell you is I think this is a very clever. I think you're going to succeed. I just want to see how well you succeed, which is a thing. Not all rolls are equal chance of failure or success. Sometimes it's how well you succeed or how much you fail that I want to know. So go ahead, and I think this is clever. I think it's cool. It's very out of the box divergent thinking, so it's crazy as well. So I'm giving you all 4. What allows you to basically angle this right and figure out how to optimize?
Probably just my thief. I don't
right.
think I don't think any of my others really work. I am actually going to spend an effort to make that 5d6.
You cannot roll
Okay.
5 d6s. You already got, but you could add it to add to your total.
Nah,
before
that's
you
fine.
roll. Okay. If you were at 3, if I wasn't as
I
generous.
got 2 5s.
Yep. That means you regain an effort. Good job. You got an effort. And you're at your thief level plus 5. What was your thief level again?
3.8, so 3.
You're at 8. And now
And then
you
0.
are at 8. And you learn the hard way. So your thief goes up by 0.1. All right. And let's see here. Okay. Okay, so, and what was your total?
8.
All right. So, luckily, this was going to succeed no matter what. But, there's a little bit of a gleam, and you can see in the furthest recess from the rest of the party, but closest to you, a little bit of brown patch of fur. And as you angle it up, you see a little, but more human, almost proportioned face. And it looks something like, if all of you have seen our wonderful artwork for this event with the QR code, it basically looks like a cross between a human and a squirrel. And that is the face that is looking out at you, Kale.
Disgusting.
Mm.
And you guys know in this moment that you are surrounded by probably a number of faces that are masked in the darkness that look just like that.
I don't like that at all. How big are they exactly? Are they squirrel size though?
No, they're more human size.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all.
I would say they're about midway between the size of a goblin and the size of an Eshin.
Horrifying.
Yeah. And
Hey, are these some of your relatives, Al?
Mine?
With how ugly they are, I mean.
No. This is a whole nother level of disturbing. Whole nother level. I know that we all look the same to you, but no. These are...
Well, that's actually what kind of drew me to you is you were so different. Like all the other humans all look the same, but man,
I really stand out.
You really stand out.
Hey, it's my glowing charm that wins people over in the end.
It is. And while you guys are having this banter, you hear from the one that the light is shining, kind of holds up a little pawed hand. But you see it's wearing like bracers on its arm. And it says in common, "You not welcome. Leave this place. Ours."
Not rude. I was gonna say somebody should talk that isn't Al. But
I'm not a talker.
Yeah. I think Ben will step up and be like, We are very welcome here. This is where we're supposed to be right now, but we're not sure you're supposed to be here. What makes you think that?
Yeah, they got a deed or something. They got a
Yeah.
proof of ownership here. The mine, a claim.
Ours, we claim.
Hmm.
We hold by our right.
Well, I mean, this mission was to just determine if this place was occupied, right? They didn't say
True.
we had to, I mean, we don't have to clear it out necessarily.
Well, it wasn't even that the guy was having problems with his people at the mine. It was just that the mine was not producing.
They believed the mine was played out. It was a dry mine. There was nothing left there. They wanted you to make sure that was the case and that no one else was finding stuff in the mine.
Why have you decided to claim this mine?
We creators abandon. We find treasures.
What kind of treasures we're talking here? I mean, is it one of those kind of treasures where it's a treasure to you because you have very little? Like, oh, the treasure was, our friendships, or is this actual treasure?
Our business.
Hmm.
The tree's no longer safe. We claim the mines.
Why are the trees no longer safe?
Oh, it's the human deforestation, probably. We do that sort of thing.
Black mists.
Oh, okay. So maybe it wasn't us.
Leave now, not die.
Well, you say the creators abandoned it, but see, that's not true because that's why we are here.
You hear a louder chittering from the group. No, our creators abandon us.
Oh. Who are your creators?
What, is this childhood trauma we're talking about? Like their mothers abandoned them? Because we actually have a lot in common with this group and you, actually.
Time to hit them with the how does that make you feel?
Yeah, don't worry, we're working through that together through through larceny and various schemes. It's very therapeutic.
It is. All right. That is fine. All right. Oh, God. I feel like I should hold back, but you know what? I can't help it. That was hilarious. Everyone gets awesome. Okay.
Yay.
Increase your effort by 1.
Woo-woo.
Okay. So,
yeah, now that we've seen these creatures, do any of us recognize what they might be?
you do not. I don't think any of you have ever encountered creatures like this, nor do I think there is anything about the backgrounds or features you took that would give you clarity on this. Although, if you would like to propose how you might know, I'm all ears.
I definitely wouldn't have. I mean, okay, here's a fun thing. Maybe I've never seen one, but because I've helped out like the local sheriffs and such, that I've seen strange squirrel bites that are too large for a normal squirrel. So I wouldn't know that these are them per se, but I have some precedent in my memory. I don't know what I would even gain from that, but it just sounds like a weird thing to know.
I will at least, okay. I see where your rationale is going. I'm going to let you try and roll to see if you might put two and two togetger about this.
Let's roll some dice, right?
That, but I would say this would definitely involve your investigator role. You know, anything else you think would apply? I
mean, the surgeon side of that. Also, maybe. Right? Bite marks, you know, seeing types of wounds on people and seeing their, you know, their teeth, something like that. I think I'm not being. I think I'm just being a little bit crazy with a weird backstory, but not really clever or cool per se with this.
I actually do think it's a clever approach.
Oh, okay,
You're trying to pull on your past experiences. You're trying to do both, I think, some deductive reasoning, but you're doing it in a very creative way, applying things that are kind of loose, very creative. So I think that, and in fact, at one point, I almost changed the name of crazy to creative.
I get you.
But
is this a chance to actually use a flashback?
if
Would this
you
be a perfect, like, actually to flash back to me, like finding wounds on somebody, just so we could show off the mechanic?
yes, you may do so. If you want to
Okay.
spend an effort, you may.
I will
flash
spend an
back.
effort.
Yes.
So yeah, flashing back to when like the local constable saw a person who got wounds that they couldn't cohere, right?
Right. And I think you were just so taken with this. And you know, as a barber surgeon, you have seen a lot of different wounds. You've inflicted some of them you know, purposely and accidentally.
Yeah.
But you've amputated a few things, maybe some purposely, maybe some less so.
Right.
But I think in this instance, you've never seen anything that would be like a squirrel bite like this or hybrid skill. But you did come across this one. It was out in the deep wilderness. You guys, the constabulary, and you had to track for days and days to find this lost person. And when you did, they had just been ravaged. It almost had looked like it had been by wolves, but there was something more almost a humanoid in the tracks, and the shape of the bites were not the same as you would expect for the long muzzle of a wolf, but rather a more almost human visage, but the teeth were more wolf-like. And when you finally got back with the corpse back to town, you actually did some investigating because you just didn't understand what you saw. And you remember going and talking to some of the elders, and what you had learned from them is that there were stories that, yes, the main people who were born in the light and through the work of the arbiters were humans and Eshens, but the fallen one had tried to bring about other beings similar, and in fact had done experiments mixing human and animal nature. And
Unnatural stuff.
An ability some might call
yeah, unnatural. And I am one of those people. I'm calling it unnatural.
Yes. And it is not something you can learn from an Eshin. But
from a barber surgeon, maybe. Okay. All right. So I would be pre-roll +4, 3 from barber surgeon, and then 1.
You know what?
From
you spent the effort on it.
Right.
So if you want, because you spent effort for the flashback, it's just a flat.
Oh, gotcha. Because we flashback. Yeah, let's just let that ride.
But if you want to roll to see if you gained anything more than what I've already described, I will allow to see if you can get a greater success.
I like rolling dice, so I'm going to roll, and I believe I'm a 3d6 here. And I got a 6, so 0. So my total is 6 with that 3.
Yep, you learned the hard way, my friend. So whatever feature was the lowest on that, increased by 0.1.
Hey, investigator becomes 2.0.
And that's how we do it in...
I've leveled.
Woo! Yep, congratulations. Our first level up the one-shot. Excellent. Awesome. Yeah, so from here on, it will be that level 2, and it will help if that's the base. Yeah. So what was your total again?
My total was 6. Oops, I realized I bumped my camera, and it was way off frame for the stream.
Yep.
There we go.
So what I would tell you is you don't really learn much more than what I've already described from your memories, but you do feel fairly confident that even though these aren't like wolf-human hybrids, this must have been some sort of attempt. And I think if you had to guess, because I'm feeling generous tonight, if you had to guess, maybe this was some sort of attempt to create scouts, especially for wooded terrain.
Yeah, like I explained to the to my friends here, like some sort of lagathrope. I heard about this once. That's where you get like an animal and a guy, and then they're the same kind of. He explains poorly because he can't read. And so,
You sure about that?
Sure, Al.
Fortunately,
yeah,
it is
they
at
tried
that
right through
moment
magic and
when
stuff.
there
With magic.
Yes, it is unfortunately at that moment when there is a blinding flash and you hear the roar as there is an explosion from behind you, where that flame that Tulsi left sitting was at, as there is an explosion here in the mine, and the superheated air comes blasting over you, and you feel the ground around you shaking and tremble as we're going to see that you have moments to react. It's a fireball, and it looks like parts of this part of the mine are starting to crumble, maybe a cave in. Real quick, I'm going to pick on Tulsi. What are you going to do?
Am I able to control the fire that's coming? Like, can I?
You can try. You
Get a hold of
definitely
it?
can try. I think that would be cool and crazy and clever.
All right. If depending on how strong it is, like I'm going to try and stop it in its tracks. But if I can tell, it's like, okay, that's not going to work. Just like into the wall next to us.
Gotcha. You got all the dice. Figure out which of your features apply. This is definitely it's going to be high reward, high consequences, because you're going to have to use a lot of magic for this.
I'll say. Well, go ahead if you got something.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to use a spell sword since this is kind of like high reaction time with the magic and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair. This is more combat magic related, I would say, in your experience. All right, real quick. Luckily, you're actually the furthest from the fire, Kale. What are you doing?
So it's blocking our way out.
Yeah, you're also furthest from the way out, which is between you. So what are you doing?
Ducking behind Al.
All right.
That's what I was gonna do.
I cut quite a frame.
All right. Given that's what you're doing, I want to hear what Al's doing, and that'll impact what you roll.
Well, I will say that what I'm going to do might impact what Al's doing.
All right. Well, let's hear it then.
I want to convince this peasant that,
How dare you?
he's already got this ugly mug, so the fire won't really make him any worse. It might improve him. So, and I'm going to use my spear to nudge him and stay behind him and guide him so that we can get out and he can take the force of it.
That's
So
very
basically,
thoughtful.
You're going to use your ice spear to position the ugly human peasant as a living shield. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, you are perfectly able, if you wish, Al, to resist that. No,
This is great.
All right. So what I'm hearing is you two are going to shelter behind Al.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that Ben, you're kind of helping to bolster him as a human shield, literally and figuratively. And Kale, you're mainly trying to take advantage of this to survive. Is that about
Pretty
right?
much. Yep.
All right.
And the reason I'm using my spear to finalize that is because it's my last word to say, you're the in between here.
Yeah, you are indeed. All right. So, Ben, I think that is clever. No, I'm sorry. Do I think it is clever from your perspective, and it's definitely crazy. It's really not cool. Sorry. Well, I will give you 3 dice for that. And I think the features you're using for that.
Yeah, I'll
Kale,
definitely use an effort as well because
Yeah, are you using it on the die?
Yeah, so to make it so it's 4 dice.
Yep. And Kale, it's definitely a clever move from your perspective. I don't know that it's cool or crazy. I think it's just clever on your part, but tell me otherwise.
No, I'm pretty much agreeing with you.
All right.
Yeah, definitely is like an escape type situation,
Yeah.
though. So I think thief would take in place in that.
Yeah.
And maybe my name, because I'm known for being a coward.
Yeah. This sounds like a total Kale move. All right.
I am going to spend an effort to make it 3 dice.
You may indeed. All right. And just keep your totals in mind. I'll come back to them. So, Al, what's allowing you to be a human shield in this situation?
Well, so not a lot of this. Not a lot of my features would help as written. But the fact that I'm an ugly human peasant is kind of what they're banking on, because part of that is I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Like literally, we're banking whole hog on that one aspect of him, which sounds fine to me. So I think that's the only feature at play here. I just can't justify. So I have a rating of 2 in his name and the notoriety of his name. But I don't think that's relevant here either. I just think this is his peasant nature.
Yeah.
So we're a +1 with peasant nature. And, looking... Okay, I would like to leverage that I'm the Hendelson Tavern hero. Because you know what? I'm now known, and that's why they get behind me. I'm the hero.
This is the big hero move. Absolutely.
Big hero move.
Yep. I think, go ahead.
And so that adds another +1, if I remember correctly, right?
Now, what if he's still holding the magnifying glass, and as the heat comes, it melts and cools him a little bit, so it makes him...
Is that how that works with ice? I'm no scientist.
I'm not either. I don't know that would be enough. It was purely
That's okay. I've got an unguent for my burns afterward. I'll be
that may be actually where it comes into play.
Yeah, so I'm mostly just being crazy about this, but it is pretty cool.
It is awesome.
Right,
cool.
So maybe an extra 2 dice. So we'll do 3d6.
I mean,
it's nothing clever about it.
There's no clever. I'm not being clever.
You're so clever to listen to me.
That's fair.
That is weak sauce, but it's canon now, so you get all the dice.
There we go. Oh yeah, because another player can give me the extra 1,
and he explained why.
Yeah, I'm for it. Oh, so one of the worst possible rolls I could get.
None of us rolled good.
I rolled crap too.
Yeah.
I don't know what Scrat rolled.
I haven't rolled yet.
This is gonna go very poorly.
So I'm at 3d6, right?
Yeah. Roll Tulsi, Juan Kenobi. You're our only hope.
Well, I can spend an effort to add
toast.
another d6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. It's not very good.
Yeah.
So I think my total is just 6. So.
Yep. The good news is I don't roll a lot of dice on this. The bad news is this was a big boom. So it was pretty high because it built up. All right. All right. It's not as bad as it could be. We'll find out how bad. All right. Who thinks they have the lowest total?
Probably
me or Dave, I think.
What was your total?
No, Peter only had the 2.
My total was 3 with 3 6s. I rolled 3 zeros though.
I know.
It's bad.
It's funny. People think because it's a lot of dice and all explosions that the numbers are always going to be huge. On average, they're actually pretty modest. All right. So your total was 3. Anyone have worse than a 3?
No.
Okay. Who's got the next lowest?
Probably me. I have 6.
Oh, I've got 5.
Oh, you got 5? Okay.
I also had 6.
Okay, we've got a 3, a 5, a 6, and a 6. All right, we're going to start with our 3 because we always go from worst to best.
But I did level up my spearman.
Hey.
I'm glad to hear that. It may be the last thing you say. All right. All right. Luckily, my roll was not like blow the doors off. So this is not going to be, insta kill. All right. So we'll start with our brave, ugly human peasant. I want you to describe for us how you were grievously wounded by this explosion. It could have been the fire, the blast, the collapsing ceiling. You tell me, how was Al grievously wounded?
So I think he took he got really bad burns from this. I think the fire hit him hard. The temperature rose in that brief moment, and all along his arm, up his neck, and on the side of his head, he just took really bad burns as he attempted to shield himself from it. So it's just awful burns.
Yes. So you are horribly burned 1. That is your condition.
Burned 1.
And that condition is going to last until someone does something about it.
Like use an unguent, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Ben, I want you to describe how your cowardly attempt to use a human shield, this poor, ugly human peasant, failed you miserably, and you also were grievously wounded. Great mustache. That's you.
Yeah, I think what it is like I use the spear to like prop him up, and it blasts the point into myself because like it's braced up against him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And so it like ends up stabbing me a little bit or something, or cutting me.
I think you now have the condition Ice Speared 1. And that will last until someone manages to find a way to fix it.
Hoisted by his own Picard right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kale, it was a clever move, but it wasn't quite clever enough. Tell us how Kale also in this moment was terribly wounded.
I think he accidentally dropped the dagger that he was holding in his hand, and it pierced his boot.
Ow!
It's in his foot.
All right. So we're going to give you foot scarred 1. All right. But last but not least, I want you to describe for us, Tulsi, how you almost managed to contain this blast in that moment, but how in the end you overdid, and the magic struck back at you, and you were wounded by your use of magic.
So say the fireball was coming down at us, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
went out to stop it, and like the fireball started to shrink, but then basically just collapsed in on itself and reversed, like turned itself inside out and kept going. So it just did this weird thing like that. Kept going and probably shattered into a bunch of other little fireballs along the way. Hurt my Eshin pride more than anything, but you know.
Oh no, your Eshin pride.
So trying to contain that overwhelming amount of magic, essentially a small heart attack. That's what happened.
All right. So yeah, you have heart damage 1. Yeah.
Just like real life. Oh no.
Trauma. The trauma.
All right. You all manage to somehow, though, maybe you were partially thrown by the blast. You had almost gotten around to the entrance, and a cave-in now has separated you from the squirrel beings and the rest of the depths of the tunnel. It is caved in, but you do have access to the way you came. But this way has been sealed to you.
I think our job's done here, guys, right?
Pack it up, folks. Mission accomplished.
Well,
so
we are approaching 2 hours. I promised that we could fit it in 2 hours. So your choice, team. I have time if you want to keep going for a bit. We can keep going. See maybe if we can at least get that extra $25 to unlock another goal. Or if people need to drop off, I'll respect your time and we'll wrap up for you.
I'm good for another chunk. Yeah.
Can keep going. I think Dave's the late one, though. I think he's the farthest ahead time-wise.
I am the farthest ahead time-wise.
Yeah. And it is okay if you want to drop off, because we can probably narrate how you managed to drop back from the group and keep going if you need to drop off.
I mean,
there's a poison dagger in his boot.
As long as it's not another hour, I could probably do it.
All right. why don't we do this? We'll keep going. If anyone reaches sort of their flag mark, just give me a high five. I am going to suggest we take like just a minute to make sure everyone's refilled their drinks. If anyone needs a bio break, go ahead. Meanwhile, Scrat, if you want to share, I just need to refill my cup real quick with the group about it's up to you if you want to tell anyone about the lore of hybrids in the world of Bashkin.
Hybrids? I mean, it's part elf, part Eshin. Glee, you want to give me some water since apparently I'm not allowed to go take a break?
You held up your cup. I thought you had water.
Well, I was actually holding it sideways because it's empty.
Then go get water.
No. Glee's got me. Yeah, man. So Eshins get to use the magic, humans don't, but then the hybrids, because they're a little bit of both, they also get to use the magic, and they are very, very highly frowned upon, at least in the capital cities. The humans kind of have a negative outlook. What? No. Some humans, not all of them, not everybody's the same, because we write better than that around here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There is a human belief that Eshin magic is essentially witchcraft because the Eshin's arbiter, which is their deity, has fallen from the heavens. So they're like, oh, they're just all devil, demon, soulless people now.
Exactly. That's just based on scientific evidence.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So, their magic.
I got to represent the humans here.
That's right. So their magic's just all devil work. It's all that good stuff. I think old Southern preachers and Pokemon when it came out, that kind of thing. So hybrids, because they have that magic in them and they're part devil child, that's why a lot of humans are like, ew, get out of my face. And because Eshins are just so not repulsed, but like aggravated with the humans because of the way they're treating them like that, they just think humans are really dumb and narrow-minded. And kind of tired of them. So when they see that somebody has been with one of their own has been with a human romantically and made such a horrible thing, they're like, ew, get out of my city. So,
By the way, I love Simon.
Simon was a popular character when I was sharing it with a writing group. He's pretty great. He was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, I am ready to have you guys go on, and it's up to you. What are you going to do? There are still 2 other passages that are available to you. You could leave the mine area. You could take a moment to try and, patch up what ails you. Really, it's up to you guys. What are you going to do?
We need to
would
find
like
out what the
to
treasure
catch up.
is.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah, we could keep exploring. I want to treat my horrible burns before continuing, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much I can do for my heart.
I don't know. Is there?
Therapy.
This is my physical heart that I run.
Yeah.
What's the level of your wound?
Mine's just a 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone's a level 1. The problem is, even though that doesn't sound too bad, it is currently an enduring condition. So unless you heal it some way, it is going to remain something that hampers you in many ways. Not always, because if you can find a way to work around that it doesn't invoke your condition, it doesn't affect you.
We will talk later about, again, the parallels in game design. Because it's just fascinating to see. Anyway,
oh yeah.
So for getting rid of a condition, remind me, I it's a roll still, right?
Yeah, it's basically the core mechanics serves many purposes, but what it does for you depends on what you're trying to do.
So I'd like to use Barber Surgeon, just Barber Surgeon. None of the other stuff really matters here. But I'm going to use my Unguent, my rare, my ephemeral asset, to give me another 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll be +4 total.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe just being kind of clever. I'm not really doing, being crazy or anything like that.
It's definitely
so maybe
not crazy. if you want to give me a little more narration of what it looks like when a barber surgeon tries to heal himself, like if you can make this a Rambo, first blood moment, like that scene,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
if you want grisly details, I'm very good at that. So, and I won't be too gruesome. So, what Al has to do, because he's treated burns before, is he actually has to, and it would like be horrifying for others to watch. He has to remove the skin that would become necrotic, and so he basically performs surgery on himself to remove layers of dead skin, and it's very gruesome to see. But he's done this before 100 times, and he's gonna use. I will use the magnifying glass.
Okay, yeah.
To help me, the lens to help me see during the surgery that I'm self-performing.
And maybe I'll provide some help with some encouraging words like, oh yes, this is definitely an improvement. You're definitely making you look a little bit better. Maybe if you slice off a little bit more here, it'll be a nice pattern that will show up later.
Yeah, like a cool scar, right? Yeah. Tell you what.
You know what?
I'm not helping.
If we were going pure simulationist, I would have said probably the ice magnifying glass melted in the blast. But I just love this idea. So I think you actually managed to shield it with your body, like it absorbed the thermal energy.
Yeah.
Just if it was insulated, in those ugly human peasant fat folds.
Yeah.
Not stimulationist, but a lot of fun. All right. If we were going hardcore survival mode, I would have said, it melted.
I got you.
Again, so, you tweak the narrative for the genre. But
so I'll do a 3d6 then. And my total then is +5 because of my 2 assets.
Yes. And that's intentional for a couple different reasons. One, I want to make sure that people also use their features. So let's say your asset was a highest, you want to have an additional ability. And also, there's sometimes you just want to be able to use more than one asset. Like help can be an asset. You want that to be able to play. In fact, you're using a help asset essentially with that magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to use other toys you have. So, but 2 is enough. The rule of 2 works for many things. All right,
I got,
so
13.
All right,
because I exploded on one of those.
Excellent, which means you gain an effort. So good job.
And he got to level up a little bit too. Well, not level up. He got a 6. So.
You did. Okay.
Oh yeah. So 0.1 to my barber surgeon.
Yep.
Cool.
Right.
And I used my rare unguent asset has been spent.
That is correct. All right. What was your total? 13?
13.
All right.
Big roll.
13. It was a big roll. Yeah, that'll do it. So it takes a lot. And the fancy medical term for what you were describing, removing that dead flesh, is debridement. So you debrided the wound and used your poultice, your unguent, to really almost form a layer, and you were able probably to rip off some of your ugly peasant cloth to bandage it up well, and and
how dare you?
How dare these?
How dare you? Yeah, accurate. Yeah. When I'm explaining all that I'm doing to the rest of the players while I do it, and talking about how people always say you cauterize a wound. Don't ever do that. That's how infections. I start talking about infection and how that's how sickness gets into the wound. Don't burn the wound. Anyway, he starts ranting about that.
But I will say, I think the last dripping drops of your magnifying glass have also probably been used. It did.
Rest
good
in peace,
service.
magnifying glass.
Ben, how are you feeling?
Well, I am Ben the Spear Tongue, so I know this is just something that I can definitely add to my story and my lore. But because I'm so knowledgeable in the spear, I'm also knowledgeable in the wound.
You are.
So I'm definitely going to use that knowledge to work on that wound. But going about it from the perspective of, I've got a name that people do know, and now, I've got the scar. If I can, help make it look like a spear, like itself, the shape, so I can be like, yeah, this, so kind of going.
That would be cool. I agree. I think you're a little crazy in your approach. But okay, so I understand what's going to allow you to try this, but what are you actually, how are you trying to heal this?
Well, I mean, this ugly peasant does not, but I'm also side-eyeing him and seeing what he's doing and kind of like copying some of what he's doing to a degree on
I like how all the non-humans are just dogpiling.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
but,
no.
So I'm feeling immersed in the setting, right? I'm feeling very immersed.
So true to the setting.
Yeah.
Ben, I am going to remind you that the very first asset we got awarded as an
oh no, I know I have that. I'm planning on using that too. Yeah.
Oh, very good. I hadn't heard it mentioned yet, so I wanted to
so the other thing that I want to do is maybe use part of my asset of the canary, in that the canary is now well cooked. And when you eat a good meal, it helps the healing process.
That's true. That's science.
Well, so you do need protein to rebuild tissue. It is true. It's horrific, but it's true.
You ever had bird on a stick? That's a food.
It is. Oh God, poor Tweety bird. You know what? I'm going to allow it. It is a stretch, but that's and you know what? I think the way you're using your bandage and your cooked bird, your goose is cooked in this case, but it's a canary. I'll give you clever, cool, and crazy. Some of the ugliest way of getting there I've seen, but we'll go for it.
And I mean, it's a canary, so it's small, but I didn't know if there'd be enough to like offer the others some food or not.
Oh, but no. This was a one-bite canary.
Canary nugget.
Get the canary nugget. Well, congratulations. You learned the hard way. So whichever was the lower feature you used for that goes up by 0.1.
The lowest feature? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Got it. I mean, I was using my name and my spear, which are technically the same.
Did one have more experience than the other?
No, they're both at, because the other one, Ice Spearman, just went up to 2.0.
Yep. And
now this is my first time using my name, so now it's technically at 2.8, but not before the roll.
All right. So before the roll, they were both 2.0, correct?
Yes.
So rules as written: when your features used are equal, you get to choose.
Okay. So I'll put it in my name, because it's the scar's adding to my name anyway.
It totally is. All right. Yeah. So you can add it there, and you get 0.8 for using your name for the first time. So you're at 2.9, I believe.
So yeah. So that's 5 plus 2 in this case. So that's a 7 total.
All right. 7 total. Okay. And I actually determined that I was going to use the let's see here. 7 total, and it was okay. All right. Yeah. So I want you to describe for me how you feel better. It looks great, but unfortunately, it's just not healing right.
I think my overzealousness to make it shaped like a spear is making that still linger and sting to affect me as it's healing. Like if I hadn't like gone to that extreme, it would probably be fine now. But because I wanted to make sure that
no. People don't heal that fast in this world. It wouldn't have been fine, and it's still not fine. But it's gonna leave a great scar. But unfortunately, you were still hindered by that. Our Rambo-esque move. I think that Ungent really put him over the edge. He's still healing, but it's not going to hinder him. You, unfortunately, my friend, it will still hinder for now. All right.
And so now I no longer have the bandage, right?
Correct. It was used up.
Now, technically, I still have the cage.
You do. You know what? I will allow you to have the cage, but because you ate the canary, it no longer has mechanical value. But
Right.
you never know. You could still use it in a clever or cool or at least crazy way. So hang on to that bird cage, and we'll see if you can turn it into an asset later on. All right. What about Kale? What are you doing while
So
they're like?
I'm actually going to spend an effort to do a flashback.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about it.
So I used to be an underworld enforcer.
You
So
did.
I'm sure I've been stabbed by people
Oh, you have.
in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've learned how to treat it quickly and effectively. So I'm going to have some bandages with me because I'm smart enough to have them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. And I will take that into account for how we're going to adjudicate this. So, and that's going to the fact that you basically have the underworld version of like a back alley surgeon first aid kit is going to let you even attempt to make this better. So you're definitely using your underworld quality here. But what I'm going to say is because you did spend a flashback, you will succeed to a certain degree, but how much you succeed is going to depend on this roll. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have one for the free one. Is it clever, cool, Chris?
I think this is clever and cool. I don't think it's that crazy.
That's what I was thinking too. Can I still spend an effort to get?
You absolutely can.
Okay. I have a lot of effort, so
yeah.
And let's go ahead and roll that. Come on, 5s. Hey, I got a 5.
So get an effort back.
So that's 5, 8, 9 total.
9 total. All right. I would say with that, because you spent an effort to really set up this move, that is just enough to remove the condition. You want to describe what it looks like when you're doing your back alley doctoring?
Absolutely. I kind of have like this cotton and I'm sticking it in the wound. And then I just wrap this bandage around it nice and tight.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are still going to look terrible, but those of you who succeeded, you won't have the mechanical disadvantage. All right.
There's a reason we travel with the ugly peasant, because that way, no matter what happens to us, we still look better.
Yeah,
I prefer another obscure term. I prefer villain, not peasant. Thank you very much.
Fair. That is
although
fair.
a character would not know that.
All right, Tulsi, anything you can do about your broken heart?
No, that is permanent damage that was done. If it was magic related, lore wise, it would be permanent.
It was magic related.
Yeah.
So that is an enduring condition.
That is.
Do you want something for the pain?
Not for me.
I don't have anything to give you, but I
don't know. You guys have any brambleberry sour with you?
Right?
Oh man.
You just got to live with pain. That's what you got to do.
Ooh.
Trust me. I know.
All right. You guys have patched yourselves up as best you can in this moment without losing too much time. What are you going to do next?
Well, we could try. We do want to see the treasure, right? There was talk of treasure that we may want to try to see.
Right.
Or we could leave. No, left is always the right choice, right?
Yep. So left we go.
Yeah. So my little aside is I had in our 5e Curse of Strahd campaign, I played a paladin who had as one of his I think flaws or something is I always chose to go left. Like and throughout the entire campaign, I always insisted go left. No, we have to go left. That was our running gag. But yeah, all right. So you guys are going to go the left-hand side, the Varys way. So very good. All right. So quick question though. Are you going left from the perspective of the deeper area you just left, or left from when you came in?
I think left from when we came in. That's our north, or so to speak, right? Like we have to orient
I
ourselves.
agree.
Yeah, otherwise it's just chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just got arbitrarily whichever way I'm looking left from that. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right. So you guys go towards the left and you come to what looks like this wooden contraption with these old, thick, knotted ropes and these sort of large poles and wheels. And it looks like it is some sort of contraption that you pull the rope to lower yourself because it is on top of what looks like a shaft that goes straight down.
What sort of witchcraft is this? Levers? Physics?
Common sense.
Well, I don't know about that.
Let's burn it!
No, I think we've established that fire is bad
Yeah.
in the mine, or fire dangerous.
Oh, that does remind me. How are you lighting your way from this point?
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Yeah, we not well is how I would
I
describe.
pull out an Everlight crystal.
Okay, I have an idea. Okay, Ben and Tulsi, you work together. You create a thin globe of ice, but thick enough that it won't melt right away. And Tulsi puts a little flame inside. And what you have is a little bit of glow inside the slightly translucent ice, but it's protected from fumes. What is that? Is that something you can magic up with your elf hands?
Well, what's interesting is the ice will melt, but then it'll just refreeze fast enough. That's how these, you can make domes out in the snow, and it works that way.
Oh, I'm sure there's some logical explanation. Sure.
If you two would like to do some sort of joint activity to keep like an englobed flame going, I think that is something you could certainly try.
Let's
Sure.
do it.
All right.
You know what?
Yeah.
We can do it right on Al's forehead. And that way, the cooling effect and the heating effect will be like icy hot. So
I run
it'll
real
help-
warm.
It will help his body feel better.
Good idea.
Mm.
And if it explodes,
Okay.
it might help his face.
All right.
I'll just angle it to the other side so the burns are on the other side of the face.
Yep. So I was going to say this approach was cool, but I don't know. Putting it on Al's forehead sounds a little crazier
That's a
than
little
cool.
crazy.
No, I'll give you both. And it's kind of clever, the approach. So I'm going to give each of you 4 dice. It is magic. It's going to be hard, just so you know. But luckily, it's going to be the higher of your rolls that really determines everyone's fate. And I will unfortunately inform you that both of your conditions will work against you on this. So,
Especially mine.
I'm just the ideas guy. So you.
yeah,
two-
yep. No, you're just the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely using my ice spearman stuff and my Eshin ness.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's 3 base.
And then you
But
got
then
to
it's
take away
minus
from your
1
Yep.
from being ice speared.
Yep.
So that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to use the cage to inspire me because of the domeness of the cage to create the domeness.
Well, we can use it as a scaffold. We just
Yeah.
build around it. Or the skeleton.
Yeah.
I see how you're modeling that, using it as a model of scaffold. I think that's especially clever. But since I already gave it to you, you're still set. You got 4 dice. You got your base there. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And I think Tulsi, you know yours as well, right?
I think it'd just be 2d6 for me. But the conditions, does that take one?
Clever, cool, and crazy. You're getting all 4.
Oh, I get those too.
all
All
4
right.
dice, and you're going to like it, young man.
Okay.
Yeah, conditions are going to give you a penalty to your pre-roll total.
That's a pre-roll. Okay, it doesn't take that one. All right. Well, let's
And
do
I
it.
think I'll put some effort into this.
You might want to.
So I'll put 2 of my effort into this.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me a base of 4 now.
Okay, your base is 4. Your pre-roll total is 4.
Correct.
And how about yours, Tulsi? What's your pre-roll total?
I think it's just 1.
Well, you're using your Eshin, which is at what level, right?
I was gonna use the nurture, the wood steamer for the magic stuff, so that's
would
only
use-
2. So
All right, so you're at 3 and then minus 1, so 2 would have been your pre-roll.
2. Okay.
I will warn you, remember, magic is hard to use. And this is a little bit more complicated magic. As it stands now, both of you could die if this goes bad.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I mean,
Cool.
if-
I'm attaching this to a face. I think this is awesome.
Yep. I will tell you, just to be fair, how much effort do you have left, Ben, that you have not spent yet?
It'll be, if I spend 2 now, I'll have 1 left.
Okay. Yeah, spending any more won't help you there. How about you, Tulsi? How much do you have left?
I got 4 I can spend on this roll.
If you pump it up by 4, win, lose, or draw, you won't die outright.
All right. I guess I'll dump 4 into it.
All right. Ben, even if you dump your last one into it, it would still risk it.
I'm going to be smart and I'm going to step out of the room when they do this.
That's really smart.
That's showing confidence in your teammates.
He's going to do it very stealthily.
Yeah. Just fades into the background.
He's good at that. All right. You guys ready?
I guess so. We get all 4 dice, right?
Yeah. Let's rock and roll.
I got a 5 and a 0.
I got
All right.
3
You learn the
6s.
hard way. You get an effort back and you explode.
So it's always the lowest of the 2 that I use that gets the 0.1.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, and I got an effort back.
Yep.
Okay.
And you explode.
Yes. All right. So that means I'm at 9 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
You are now at 14. Roll again. 15. You might live. And
Boy, Scrat.
yeah, what was your total?
I rolled 3 6s and a 2.
Well, at least you learned the hard way. And remember, you won't die. So you have
It's fitting to be killed in his own session.
4.
Yep.
Oh,
So
but he
you-
added the 4 to it. Yeah. So he's got 8 total.
Yeah. That's what it, because he put such massive effort into this. That's the only reason he might live.
Yeah,
My
clearly, I
heart's
was
just
very
about-
excited about attaching this to the peasant.
You were. All right. What was your total for Tulsi?
If I rolled a 2, then 2 from the nurture, minus 1 from the condition, does the effort just count as?
It was an 8 total.
Yeah.
That's what I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are tied, my friend. So you may choose. I will tell you, he won, so you guys will succeed. But since you're tied, if you want, you may let the tie stand, in which case this will succeed. No harm, no foul. Or you could choose to add to the success at a cost. You could choose to fail, which will have some interesting ramifications, but gain an advantage out of it. Or we can roll off. I will warn you, my regular players have a saying: never go into a roll off with Glenn when death is on the line.
Oh, well, let's do that.
You want to roll off?
Yep.
Okay, just roll another d6 then.
Oh boy.
And if he dies, then it's permanently affixed to Al as well.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Don't drag me into this.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Hold up. I got a 5. That means I roll again, right? Or
5s do explode.
okay, so I get to go again.
Yep.
Another 5
Oh, another 5. All right. You are breaking the curse, my friend.
and a 4. So 5 and a 5 and a 4.
Yeah, I actually only rolled a 3. I just wanted to see the color because I thought I was purple, but it's red. Anyway, or it looks red to me. Okay, so very good. And so your total with the roll off is actually what now? You rolled a 5, 5, and what was
4.
the
14.
All right.
14 with the roll off.
Yeah.
14. That is good. And what was yours, Ben?
I got 15 total.
All right. So, you know what? That was masterful. You guys make just this perfect balance between fire and ice. You can see this little thin layer of steam between the inner light and the icy shell, and just this constant mini circulation as it drips and melts and steams up and then freezes again on the framework. And it has worked out perfectly. I am going to give. Yes, go ahead.
So you're describing it as spiraling, so maybe it like reshapes the dome into this like spiraled horn. It's right on his forehead.
Sure. Let's go with that. All right.
Now I'm
Al.
beautiful.
Al, you're going to have the current asset, since it's on your forehead. You are going to gain a asset of unicorn ice fire horn 1. You can be very
Okay.
use it. I don't know what you're going to use it for, but you can use it. All right. Because you did so well in the roll off, Tulsi, there's something about the balancing of fire and ice and working in concert with a fellow practitioner of fire and ice magic and the balance of steam that touches you deeply in your heart. And despite the fact that usually magic causes a permanent condition, in this moment of perfect balance between fire and ice, you gain a asset. Yes. Since it's permanent, I can't take it away without you finding some way to undo the permanent results of magic, but you have an asset of perfected steam magic 1. And you can use that whenever you're casting magic, so it'll offset your heart condition, at least for that. Physical stuff, you're on your own.
Dang it.
And that would be, I'm going to make that I'm going to make that an enduring condition for you. You risked death and you won.
Woo-woo.
All right. So you've got the lovely unicorn horn. You got the rickety contraption to lower you down into the depths. What are you guys doing?
I suppose after all that, we would definitely should go down and use the light. Let's go down. Yeah. Like, nope, turn around.
Time to go.
Nope, time to go. Descend.
All right. So you guys go and you're descending down this rickety setup, and you feel this feeling of pressure, and the light of the unicorn horn from Al's forehead is really the only thing that is keeping you from being plunged into utter darkness. With a rattle, by the way, who's working the rope? All right, yeah, that makes sense to me. You're able, again, this weird witchery doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but you've got just that sheer vigorous peasant stamina that allows you to work the ropes.
Work all day.
Yeah. And you guys managed to get down to the bottom of the shaft. In the distance, you see little glimmers of what almost looks like stardust, but in purple hues.
I angle the horn to shed light on it more directly.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it that this was a mine of originally?
We weren't
They didn't
sure.
say.
They were a little squirrely about that point.
That they were.
All right. And Kale, what are you doing?
Oh, I went down with them.
Yeah. So you see this scene. So what's your next move?
Probably go towards the sparkly things because I like sparkly things.
Yeah. All right. You go there, and as you're getting closer, it almost feels like you're climbing uphill, although it's flat. It's taking you a lot of exertion as you're getting closer.
Are we seeing anything from the light?
Yeah, you can see embedded in the wall, way down the shaft. I mean, I should say the tunnel because it's more horizontal at this point. You can see glittering purple, like almost like stardust, embedded in the walls of the tunnel far ahead.
I will approach it as fast as possible.
All right. So you approach it as fast as possible, and you get over there, and it's hard to breathe. And I need to know in this moment how you're going to survive asphyxiation.
He ran into one of those, pockets of.
What's interesting is I'm actually going to use fire and ice to create steam to create oxygen.
Okay, so you're going to try some hydrolysis, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's some advanced magic, my friend. That's a big magic, but
yeah, I suck at magic, so this will be fun.
Yeah. All right. Now, the good news is you, unlike the rest of them, do not have a condition working against you. But remember, this is high risk, high reward because it's involving magic, and that's the rule of thumb in the world of Bashkim. I think this is an extremely cool move. It is definitely crazy, as was running headlong into this, despite feeling the exertion. The fact that you figured out how to create air out of the fire and ice, the steam, that was a very clever observation on your part. I guess you used more your thief-like powers of observation to make more out of your piddling magic. So go ahead. I'm going to give you all 4 dice for this. Obviously, you have to use your nature for it because that's what powers your magic. Yep.
Are you saying that I'm using thief because I'm also spotting?
That was more narrative, but
okay.
It's up to you. What else, if anything, are you using?
Yeah, I would say thief makes sense because I'm it's also the whole reason why I ran forward.
Yeah.
Can I spend 3 effort too
You absolutely may.
To add to that?
You absolutely may.
At start, I am going to be at 8.
Excellent. 8. All right. Let's see it.
I got 2 5. Got a 5.
You did. And you got some zeros in there. All right. So your total you're going to add is 8. You gain an
8
effort.
and 8 is 16.
Yep. You gain an effort and you learn the hard way. So since you only use your thief, go ahead and add that 0.1 to your thief. Oh wait, no, you
I know I
used
use
your
hybrid.
hybrid. So which was lower? Probably hybrid.
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, so add a 0.1 to your hybrid. All
Okay.
right. 16. All right. So you manage to actually create this out of this superheated steam enough bubbling air to fill your lungs. So you have fortunately avoided asphyxiating, but you're not sure how long you can keep this up.
Oh, I'll be running back at that point.
Okay, yeah, you totally can.
Smart.
You guys, what does it look like to the rest of them when they see all this happen? Can you describe for us, Dale, what this looked like?
Just what's wrong with that boy?
I
What's
brought
wrong
a
with that
word
boy?
in my lust of jewels, and you see him get halfway, and then he grabs his throat, and he kind of spasms a little bit, and then you see magic burst from his hands in front of him, and he takes a deep breath, and then stumbles backwards towards you guys.
You all right there, buddy?
No oxygen.
Well, that I'm sure there's some morality lesson to you rushing in toward the treasure unimpeded and then almost suffocating. But I don't know what that is. Let's all go and check it out, maybe. So what I would like to do is go closer as well. But I'm going to take a deep breath first, hold my breath, and get low. So I don't know if this is a gas that is settling high or settling low, right? I don't know if it's dense. Don't know which is denser, this or oxygen. So I'm going to try to get low and see if there's breathable air as I approach.
I guess since he's the light source right now, maybe I'll take a rope and tie it around his ankle so that we can drag him back.
Good luck hauling my ass all the way back, right?
Well, there's three of us.
There's three of you.
us.
Yeah. But you're three like elves. And so you got like spaghetti arms.
Well,
You know?
who else?
We got hybrid.
Oh yeah, we got a
Hybrid.
hybrid. All right. So you have
He's an
like
enforcer.
1.5 humans worth of strength, maybe.
Because what'll happen is Kale will start to pull it back, and I'll just put my finger on his hand to help.
Right. You'll help a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look, I can be mean back to you. No, calling Al ugly is not being mean. It's being accurate. So yeah, I'd like to see, because I'm fairly medically knowledgeable. I'm going to see if I can navigate my way over safely.
Yeah. So, all right. You start to go more carefully. As you get closer and closer, you actually see that the light of your magical horn starts to dim.
I don't understand anything about magic, so I just turn around and look back at you, the magic ones. I just shrug. What's up with that?
So the fire grew way back there, and now it's shrinking here.
Yeah.
I proceed cautiously.
All right. So
yeah, I don't know.
Am I
go ahead.
feeling anything from the magic? Like, am I? Because I would be tethered to the flame that I made. So, like, am I feeling it being pulled away from me, or something kind of choking me out?
You actually don't really feel any sort of magical interference. Eshens do get a sense of the magic around them, but you're not getting that. But it's dimming, and Al, you feel like it's getting effortful to go forward. It's like climbing up a steep hill, even though this is horizontal. It's just getting a little harder to breathe.
Even if I go low, for example,
Yeah.
if I go low,
Yeah.
okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll back out. I'm going to just take a really big, deep breath and try to hold my breath.
Okay.
Check out what's on the wall, and then retreat back to air. Right.
So let me ask this question.
Mhm.
What do you think about your protagonist would best help you to hold your breath for long enough to get a good gander at this?
I actually think the barber surgeon would help here, as he's used to having to be very steady and have really good breath control, because as you're doing surgery, you have to maintain like an extremely calm body, top to bottom, right?
Okay. So you do
that's what
some
I'm thinking.
deep breath exercises, and then
Because a shaky hand with the is
Well,
not good.
And also as an investigator, you've had to look at a lot of cadavers, right? And they tend to smell bad. So being able to hold your breath.
That's true. Yeah, I worked in a butcher shop for years too. I'm used to like bad odor. One of these nostrils is perpetually closed at this point.
You've seen putrefying wounds before that you've had to hold your breath while debriding.
Yeah, I like it.
Amputating. All right. Yeah.
Now, I'd like to help because it was dimming a little bit. So the cool thing about it now being a unicorn horn is that's very spear-like.
It is.
And it's the magic of it. So I want to use, all that that knowledge to like just help maybe maintain it while he's getting close to whatever is causing this so that he can see clearly.
I'm amused. I'm starting to wonder about Ben's help for Al and whether or not he's doing it to be helpful. Starting to wonder.
Ben's help hurts so good.
Yeah.
All right.
No pain, no gain.
So, all right. So you're going to assist him by bolstering the magic using your knowledge of spear-shaped magical contraptions of ice. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
All right. I think that's clever. I think it's cool. It's out of the box. I'm giving you all 4 dice for that help roll.
All right.
And I think you know which feat for the help rolls. Your approach also, I think, is clever. It is crazy because this is a risky maneuver. And if you pull it off, it's pretty cool. So I'm giving both of you the 4 dice.
All right.
All right. So I still got the -1.
Ooh, I got
a base of 3.
Gotta explode.
Your condition still applies to this.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why it's a 3 instead of a 4.
5. I got 9. No, wait. Oh, wait, no, that's a +2. Yeah, 9.
I got a 7.
Okay. So I heard a 7 and a 9. All right.
And my alluring Eshin just went up.
Oh, congratulations. It's that glint. I think the glint in the firelight reflected off a spear-like object. It just brought out the more lure. Anyway, so you, Al, and the resistance to this maneuver are tied. What are you going to do about that?
I think I'm gonna. Can I spend effort afterward to break the tie? I'm forgetting. No, that's beforehand, right?
Yeah.
I will. I like succeeding with consequence.
Okay. All right. So you will succeed in this maneuver. What do you think the consequence was?
I think I get violently ill. Like I don't pass out, but I'm like puking up that I'm puking up the berry beer from last night, and I get like a sick condition or something.
Yep. We'll give you a nauseated 1 as a condition.
Yeah.
That'll last for a bit.
Yeah. I get a little pale, just
Ben,
Look at that human not being able to hold his beer.
no, so disgusting. Oh my God, it's all over the place too. Ben, I want you to describe for me how, luckily, you don't pay a consequence, but how you feel like the magic in that moment almost backfired against you. Almost. Luckily, your fate was entangled with his.
Right. Yeah, I feel myself like trying to focus that. So I feel like it almost backfired. Like I think what happened was like I was focusing so hard on it, I was almost starting to be attracted to Al. Like the magic was gonna like draw that out and just like change how I view him. And just at the last moment, I'm able to like just push that aside and just focus on the real beauty, which is the ice magic.
Yeah,
I'm aware of the effect I have on people.
Probably once he started puking, it broke the spell.
Yeah, you got the ick after the puke.
Yeah,
like
oh. You're starting to see the allure. You're starting to see.
Yes. So what you see though, luckily you're able to hold it in. long enough for you to inspect this, and there are little tiny flecks of purple crystal, like little tiny, almost like granules, in the wall. And that's what was reflecting back the light.
Well, we could report that there are granules in the wall back to town, and that there are squirrel people in here, many of which may be dead now because, we caused a cave in, and, they can do with that information what they want.
I mean, that's good enough for me.
Because I'm like I said, I'm not gonna mine out ore.
Well, we also can, report that there was supposedly a treasure and that we saw this thing.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pick up I don't even have a pickaxe. I'm gonna mine this. No.
It's close enough to the surface. You probably could take a scraping.
We could bring back a sample. Yeah, to then demonstrate what's down here. I like that. I have like various cutting implements. I could scrape.
Yeah, you've already paid the cost of getting that, so you can just
we take a scraping.
Yeah,
and that will at least be proof.
Yeah,
I like that. Not gonna try to harvest it. Yeah,
that can work.
All right. Where to next?
Now we have to safely navigate back, maybe, with only the light of my unicorn horn to guide us.
Mm-hmm.
So back up the unit, the pulley.
Yeah,
contraption.
Pulley, contraption. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an elevator, is what. It is an elevator, but
it is. It is.
Yeah. But I've never seen one of those before.
Yeah, and I'll help by as he's hand over hand with. I'll just help a little bit.
I have to take a break every once in a while because I'm sick. Like I said, it's the sour beers. They just don't.
Just don't do it. Don't do it right.
Don't do it right.
Yeah.
So I guess all the elves and or half elves watch me do the manual labor of bringing us back up the elevator,
as it should be.
As it should be. All
right.
You just wait. In some indeterminate future, things will be different.
Yes, it will. All right, you guys get up there. Are you heading out of the mines?
I think because I know Dave. It's getting late for Dave in the east there.
Yeah.
We could try to report back in. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, head out of the mine. In one piece, mostly. Mostly. Yeah. I've gained an extra piece right here.
So now that interacted with creating this horn, interacted with like bolstering it while I was there. Do I think that like I can make this like a permanent feature on Al?
You think with enough time and effort, you probably could. AKA, you could at end of session or in a montage spend effort to turn it into an enduring asset.
Yeah, I think the entire trip back, that's just like single-minded focus. I'm like, I need to focus on something, guys. So you take care, and just the whole time.
Okay, gotcha. Quick question. I know we are already over time and getting close, and you guys were very good at this, but there is at least one possible additional encounter that could highlight a little bit more traditional combat style, but I would run it as a short combat, not an extended one. Is that of interest, or do you want to successfully bypass that?
I'm getting pretty tired.
I would say we're an hour over, so
yeah, we could wrap it up.
Again,
play again.
Or that.
And we absolutely can play another time. All right. And so you guys will say manage to make your way successfully back to Handleston. When you get there, you are met without even having to really do anything. It's nightfall by the time you get back, by the cloaked figure of your employer, and he says to you, "And what have you learned?"
Squirrels and squirrel people.
Yeah,
purple rocks. I hand him the shaving. It's weird down there, man. Don't bring exposed flames. It's bad.
We might have gotten those squirrel people to scratter away, but
Indeed. Well, and it didn't seem like there was any active mining going on.
Active. I didn't see any active mining.
the squirrel people just mentioned that they had found a treasure, but what's a treasure to a squirrel thing?
Yeah, and then there was an explosion, so our conversation with them was cut short.
Indeed. He reaches out his hand to take the shavings. And as he pulls it back, a little bit of his cloak, just enough, reveals to realize that one of his hands and arm are missing.
I don't judge him for that. I have
almost
horrible
thought you were gonna
burns
say
over
it
a
was
third of my
squirrel fur.
body. So
What's that, Ben? Yeah. No, he's missing an arm. Well,
I won't
Thank
read
you.
into that.
Well, thank you for this information. I may need to call on your service again sometime. There's things moving, but get some rest and enjoy your gold. You deserve it. So
Plastic surgery.
yes, if you haven't already, you can add as a usable asset month's worth of gold, and we'll call that let's see, let's call it a 4, and basically you can spend it down week by week if you want. All right, so that is basically the end of the session, but the advice I always give is, even if it's going to be a one shot, basically do the end of session transfer of your effort into experience, and if willing and able, spend it, because you never know when you might want to pick up those characters again, or protagonists as we call. How much effort does everyone have left?
I used it all.
That happens. 2, 3, and
3.
all right. So session rate is 1 effort equals 0.8. You can spend, so basically if you have 3 effort, that converts to 2.4 in terms of experience. You can only give at most 1.0 experience to any feature. You can also use 1.0 experience to spend down a level of an enduring condition. Basically, you can explain that was used to do some form of healing or other effect. Also, if you don't want to spend that experience on any features or lowering conditions you currently have, you can bank it and use it at another session, or you can create a new feature and explain what it is, and you can spend it on creating a new feature. So, unfortunately, our heartbroken Tulsi has no effort, so he has nothing to spend. I believe Ben has 2 efforts, so 1.6 experience to spend. What are you going to do with it, brother?
Well, I'm going to get rid of Icebeard, which is actually going to explain a little bit. I'm going to, they're both very close, so I'm going to put Mediator Talker up and my name, Spear Tongue. And because I've got the cool scar, that's what helped push those a little higher, because now I've got a little bit more name for that Spear Tongue.
Absolutely. Dave, what is Kale doing with his 2.4 worth of experience?
He is going to put 1 into his hybrid and 1 into his thief. So they end up at 3.9 and 4.9.
And you still have 0.4.
And
but you can't spend it on those, so you have
correct.
to
I'm going to bank it.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And last but not least, our own Al and his wonderful unicorn horn.
So I spend 1 on getting investigator to 3, 1 to remove nauseated, 0.1 to get ugly.
I'm going to pause you there.
Oh, is that one?
Was not an enduring. It goes away.
Oh.
Usually ephemeral assets and conditions go away after the session.
Gotcha.
Over unless there's a compelling narrative reason to carry it over into another session. So you don't have
Copy
to spend
that.
it.
So then 1 into my name, as my name has grown in notoriety, that's for
Indeed.
sure. And then 0.1 into each ugly peasant and barber surgeon, which they were at 0.9s. So those actually go up. And then I bank the remaining 0.2.
There you go. There you go. And that's how you wrap up a session
Yep.
of Clever Cool Crazy. I want to thank everyone who watched the live stream for supporting us and raising awareness and funds for the Alzheimer Association through our RPGs versus AD. Do what you love to end alls. And I want to thank these wonderful players for joining us. And I want to thank Scrat for providing the world setting and the hosting for this, as well as
No,
playing.
for the Alzheimer's thing, this is it's not like just tonight, right?
Oh no, this is just our kickoff.
Oh.
I will be setting up a number of sessions throughout the year, and we will continue building. If any of you wish to host a session, maybe with your community, with whatever game system you want. I mean, we used Clever Cool Crazy tonight, but we've used DC-20. We've used, D&D 5e. We've, oh gosh, I'm trying to think what other. Oh, we've done Daggerheart. We've used all sorts of systems. Love to see one of Dave's systems used in a session for RPGs versus AD. I don't know if it would be Plaguebound or Ironbound, but I'd love to see that. Tales from Elsewhere. I'm just saying. So maybe we could even resurrect Nuts.
Hey, I mean, it still exists. It ain't dead.
Well, we'll have to have you play with me, Glenn, in this game that I made. That is
Yeah.
very so we could see the shared wavelength we were on.
Oh yeah. And if you want to do sometime, I'd love to do like a live stream chit chat. We can compare and contrast and why it converges and how they differ.
It was so fascinating to read yours. We'll talk later on that though. That's
a
whole other thing.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
fun stuff.
But now, important to note, permanent unicorn light.
Well, you didn't spend any effort to create it as a enduring asset.
Well, you told me that would just be something that I do along the way, so I didn't know to do that.
Fair enough. You know what?
He wants that unicorn. He wants it for me though, which is
this is for charity. Yes, congratulations. You have a enduring asset.
I'm writing it down.
A icy unicorn horn of fire. One.
Logged on my record.
all right. Let's wrap it up so we can get Dave to bed. All right. So.
Oh, and big shout out to Glee for making our QR codes and helping promote things.
It's her specialty. This is fundraisers is what she does. For everybody in chat, if there's anybody left, I think everybody faded and went to bed. But we do appreciate you coming out, hanging around. It was a very, very long one this time. Stuff's down in the description if you want to go donate. We made $375 tonight, so that's super cool. Glad to see it. Today is Thursday. I don't have anything for the rest of the week, so I will see y'all.
Have stuff on Sunday.
Shit. That's on my channel, isn't it? All right, we'll be back here Sunday for Outgunned. If Dave, can come up with something. But that's the week starts on Sunday. That's next week, so there's nothing left this week. Yeah.
Technically nothing this week.
All right. So anyway, I'm gonna stop the stream, let Dave go to bed, and then these two boobs talk about their design philosophies. Let's see.
How dare you?
I know.
Ain't no boob. I'm an ugly human peasant.
Okay, same.
With a unicorn.
Not quite as ugly now, though.
So the burns might work against the attractiveness of the unicorn. Like they might be a wash.
Pushing the button. Oh man.